And that's why I believe Minecraft is training our kids to be communists. Hey guys, we're live! Let's go!
Oh, God.
9 to 5 Gamers. You had one of my favorite videos of the week where you ranted about which console is best and how Nintendo has the best console. Tell me more, and what have you been up to all week?
I don't feel like it's the best console because they do need a lot of help with their network and all that stuff because they have no party chat or any of the stuff that the real next-gen systems have, which that would help out. Like even, for instance, Mario Kart, as of right now, they don't know if it's going to have chat, and it probably won't, which won't really affect me because everybody that I play with has other consoles, so I'll just send them a party chat and do it that way. But, yeah, their games are just... I think their games are better quality. You're getting quality out of their games over some graphically fixed game that is a half-ass game, in my eyes.
I mean, Nintendo's always been known for good quality games. That's their strongest selling point by a long shot. Unfortunately, they're putting it on an inferior system, and they've got no third-party support.
Yep.
Beastly Gamer looking all dressed up. What's up?
West Side, baby. No, I'm just kidding. What's up, guys? Yeah, today I went to my brother's wedding and had a good time.
It's not the first
I went and hung out with my little brother Joe and watched him get married to his lovely wife, and it was a really nice experience, man. There's nothing like family to me. Just enjoying that atmosphere it's truly a blessing, man. If you have family, you're not around them as much as you could be. Take the time to get out there and just let them know, hey, validate them, I love you. It was great. But what have I been doing? I've been playing a lot of retro games this last week. I've been playing on my Super Nintendo, my Nintendo. I made a video about it. Just really been enjoying that. I've kind of gotten back into Infamous a little bit, and I'm really fleshing it out more and experiencing it. I feel now more out of enjoyment than necessity because initially I was playing it to go ahead and beat it. Now I'm just playing it and doing more, enjoying it, taking my time, and experiencing that world. I got something to say, though, about this whole Nintendo thing. I agree with you on 9 to 5. The Nintendo's games, they have been of the highest quality since the beginning. But the issue is that's their first-party titles, and they only come out once every couple of years. Yeah. So if they were able to, get out there more and create new IPs and apply that same kind of quality to their newer IPs, rather
or bring
than
some older ones back.
Yeah, there's plenty that they could. They did something like that with Kid Icarus on 3DS. They can bring these old IPs back, apply the same TLC to the newer games that they do to some of their older, more trusted series, and kind of dig themselves out of the grave they're in. I think that, of course, it is a major hardware issue. It's also a major issue as far as their appearance, and it's kind of an appearance that they've created for themselves, the way they interact with third parties. This holier-than-thou video game development company that we are Nintendo and pretty much Q.
Yep. They're the honey badger of video games.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of issues going on. I do totally agree, though, that pretty much all their first-party titles, you're going to get a major hit out of them, and you're going to have a lot of fun with them. I don't remember the last time I played a Mario game that I really didn't like, or a Zelda game I did not like, or a Metroid I didn't like. Very seldom does that happen. But the thing is, they need to be more consistent releasing these kind of games so that gamers can enjoy them more often. But great video as well. I was there watching, and
thanks, guys. Thank you.
Good stuff.
COD-made player, what have you been up to all week?
Not too much, man. I haven't been posting too many videos. My fiance wanted me to take the week off from YouTube and just spend time with her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I did finally buy a PS4 camera. They raised the price $10 because I guess they're too hard to find. That's what my friend at GameStop told me. And
GameStop
my local...
not Sony, right?
No, I think GameStop's doing it.
Yeah.
That sucks.
But I also went to my local Walmart, and they are starting to buy used games now.
Really?
Yep. They're not giving you too much. GameStop does give you, more in-store credit, but the good thing about it is that when you get in-store credit from Walmart, they let you buy anything in the store with it. So,
well, I certainly understand the pressures of trying to take care of family and trying to also maintain a YouTube channel. So I definitely understand.
Oh yeah. Well, I already got a bunch of videos recorded and stuff, and some topics. I just have to, take the time and put them out.
Yeah. Not too nerdy. You're a bastard because I didn't watch your April Fool's joke video until April 2nd.
Mine too, right, bro?
That's right.
So, yeah, I mean, I was having fun with that, you know. Actually, the funny thing is, I lost some subscribers on that day.
Oh, that's awesome.
When I saw that, I was kind of cracking up, but I got them back a couple days later. But after that, you know, I had Warframe Wednesday where I talked about how Sony and Nintendo's not going to be PAX East, and whether it's a big deal or not. I also talked about Amazon Fire TV. I'm actually getting that next week, so that's something that you'll see unboxings for and a product review. And other than that, I did 2 reviews. I did the Ground Zeroes review finally, and also did the Infamous Second Son review.
Are you gonna get the controller for the Fire TV?
Oh, you want to hear the best part about this? So I go there at Amazon, and the lady was taking a little too long to order that part, and then all of a sudden when she went to go order it, it's back ordered now. That means that I can wait till April 24th, which I'm probably going to do because I went to eBay to see, well, if it's back ordered, that means that people on eBay bought a whole bunch of them so they could sell it on eBay.
Yeah.
I looked on eBay, and they're going for $60 when it's originally sold for $40. So people jacked up the price on eBay. So I saw that already, so I might as well wait to April 24th. But the thing is with this, you can use any Bluetooth controller. So I will be testing.
PS4?
Yes, I'm going to be testing out the
what?
DualShock 4. I'm going to be testing out. I have the MOBA also, so I'm going to be testing different devices to see if it's, like they said, that you could actually use any Bluetooth device to it. So I'll do that first before I get the actual controller for it.
The MOBA is compatible with Android? Is that the one you have?
Yeah. So
okay. Do you like that controller? I've looked at those controllers, well, more specifically for iPhone, but I think it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, I have a Mobile Pro though. There's 2 different ones. Like I have the bigger one. Like that one feels really good. Like that one is that one really feels good in the hand. The weight is good, and that's like the most important thing. The weight. Like the weight for me feels like an actual controller. It feels more like a 360 controller.
Yeah, that's like my favorite controller of all time.
Yeah, so it feels like the 360 controller. So it actually feels really comfortable and everything looks good, and there's no dead zones in the analog sticks, which is good. So it feels right at home. So we'll see, because I heard that the Amazon Fire TV has dead zones, their actual controller. People already reported that. So, I mean, I'll just wait later on to see that.
And that's releasing with a lot of games, right?
It's released a good amount of games. They has, first of all, Minecraft is going to be playable right away. It has
right off the bat, they get Minecraft. Wow.
They got Minecraft. Well, it's the smaller edition. What's it called? The
Pocket Edition.
Pocket Edition. Yeah. They also have The Walking Dead. That's going to be there. Episode 1's going to be on there. And they also, what else do they have? They have this game called Sev, I think. It's their version of it. It's like a tower defense game or whatever. That's their first game that they have. That's an actual Amazon game. So I'm going to see how good that is. But I heard it's decent, but it's really, the graphics, you really can't do too much with it. It is quad-corely, so we'll see how good it'll be.
I got a question for you, not too nerdy. Did you play the Ouya? And if you did, what was your take on that?
I have the original Ouya, so like the white version, not the second edition one. Even though second edition is the same thing, it just has more memory in it. I think the Ouya had a good idea, but I think the fact that everything was completely free killed it, because
free to play.
The free to play killed it because they just try to microtransaction things, and it just seemed like everything was like a demo, and it just didn't work too well. And also the connection was bad. So the connection controller sometimes would not work. You'll see the Wi-Fi connection on everything was not working as advertised, and that was the problem with it.
It shipped with a I don't know if it was steel or aluminum, but it's a tiny little box.
Yeah.
And it's steel or aluminum. It's some kind of metal that's all the way around it. So I found that I had to tip it over on its side to get a decent connection through my controller. And that's not a tip I came up with. That's something I read off the internet. Try this.
Exactly. I read the same thing, and everyone did it.
Yeah. But besides that issue, the controller was just awful. It's uncomfortable. The battery covers are in the weirdest spot, and they're really hard to get off of. And man, that was a disaster.
Yeah. And this Amazon Fire TV is retail $99, I heard.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's just faster than It's way faster than the Apple TV, and it's faster than all the other ones, and it's quad core. So like you're talking about the specs inside, it's 2 gigabytes of RAM. It's really good for what it is. It's not going to compete against Xbox One or PlayStation 4. They even admitted that it's not trying to, but it is going to beat out, I believe, the Apple TV and stuff because all the apps and stuff that it already has. So I think it'll do well. The only thing it's missing right now is HBO Go, which I'm a little disappointed at because I have that.
Especially tonight.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But I heard they're going to get that soon. I'm sure Amazon will cut some sort of deal to get that. That's especially after they found out how many people bought this. I heard a lot of people bought this already. So.
I think the hardware itself is a good value for $100. It comes with a quad-core processor.
Yeah.
I mean, the Apple TV is the same price at $100, but that's coming with a single-core processor that was basically the same processor that was in the iPad 2. But you don't play games on that Apple TV, or you can play them off your iPhone or your iPad, but they're just AirPlay to your TV.
Yeah.
And the Roku 3, you can play games on. I think they got a Roku 4 either on the way or out now. And I played Angry Birds on that, and I don't know, it's kind of like playing a mobile game.
Yeah, the only advantage Amazon has, I think, is that they have, like, for example, Double Helix. That's a company that they picked up that they will start making games for controllers because I think that's the thing that people don't want to see. They're like, oh, well, how are you going to play a game that's made for mobile, which is touchscreen? How are you going to incorporate that to something on the screen?
That's what Roku did. Is they basically made a controller that was like a Wiimote almost, and it was Here's the thing, though, right? It's like, are you gonna who are they making this for? They're not making it for hardcore gamers who are gonna buy a PS4 or an Xbox or a Wii. They're not making it for casual gamers who happen to play Candy Crush like when they're on the bus, but other than that, they'd never have touched an Xbox controller.
Well, I think the game is just an addition. Like, they're really targeting the people that want, like, a set-top box in their house. Someone that wants, like, all-in-one type thing. And those people that have kids and stuff like that, you could buy them a $1, $2 game. It's a lot better than going out and buying them a $60 game. And you could keep them calm down. Anytime it's time for you to watch your show or something, you could watch it on the go. You could watch it right there whenever you want to. And I think that's who they're targeting. And it's, like, families in general. Not just one gamer or anything like that. I think they're targeting families. So
in essence, what you're saying is this is kind of like the same idea that Microsoft had with the Xbox One, but scaled down. And I think that it'll actually pull in a lot of people because a lot of people don't want something that's $500. They get something for $100. You can watch all your shows on it, and then when little Johnny comes over and your babysitting, hey, look, here's a game you can play as well on this little $100 piece of hardware. I think it's a great idea.
And not to mention, it's a lot better, for example, like Amazon Prime, movies or something like that. It's going to be more instant than off an app because it's running directly off the hardware itself. So, that's going to make it a lot better and stuff like that. So if you have certain things, it'll be running directly off the hardware instead of an app. And that's something that people are going to be, into as well. So
when I saw this get announced, I was interested in it, but I have 2 Rokus in the house and 2 Apple TVs in the house. Also, the Xbox, already has Amazon. Roku already has Amazon Prime. The PlayStation already has Amazon Prime. So there's it was so hard for me to justify buying this box because the only thing that it would give me that I don't have are those games.
Mm-hmm. I think it's for someone that's looking to update their stuff. So if you have Apple TV and you're not too happy with the speed or something like that, this is someone it's going to update you right there, right off the bat. If it's someone that carries that has anything with the Android at all, if you have for example, if you have the Amazon Fire already HD, if you have that tablet, this is perfect for you because everything that you use there could transfer easily over any other device. And I think that's their target because they know a lot of people bought the Amazon Fire HD. A lot of people. So now, look, this is just like your tablets, and now it's going to be on the TV itself. You could do all these features, plus we include games.
Their movie and music service is really great.
I was gonna say that the people that buy their music, a lot of guys I know just buy their music on their phones, and then they can have it on everything just based off Amazon.
Exactly. Yeah, and that works really, really well. I think that's a great service. I have 2 Kindle Fires in the house. Both the kids got them a Christmas ago, basically a year and a half ago, and they really like those Kindle Fires. They're nice little tablets. They're very affordable, And I think the Amazon ecosystem, it's friendlier than Google Play or iTunes because their stuff is DRM free. It works on every other service.
Yeah.
See,
I think it's a great service.
The thing is, Amazon has the comfort of they don't have to rely that everyone has to get it. They're going to make money off it either way, and they can later on put a sale on it, a flash sale or something, and even more people will buy it. So I'm sure they didn't think that many people were going to buy the controllers because look at how it's sold out already. Like, it's not going to be available till the 24th of April now. So I'm sure now that they see how many people are interested in it, they're going to expand and do better things with it. But
yeah. So I guess Amazon's not going to buy the Xbox after all.
Who knows? They might still do that. I wouldn't doubt them doing both.
I would be so down with that.
I mean, it sounds nice, but the chances of that happening are so minute, though. I mean, when you think about it, Microsoft they're doing pretty well with the Xbox division, and I think if they were to do anything like that, it would just destroy that part of the belief in the community and the company. You got people out here who have been buying these games, buying these consoles for over a decade. We'll just say about 15 years. And for them to just all of a sudden, even mentioning that, when they mentioned the possibility of it, it put a crazy feeling over me. I was like, all these years, all these people supporting the company, and all of a sudden they'd say something like that. It means you don't really feel a true bond with your community, with your consumer. And I think it'd just be a crazy idea to do that.
Yeah, Microsoft's going through a lot of transition right now. They got a new CEO for the first time. First time that they had a CEO that didn't live in a college dorm. Yeah, No. I'm talking about of the company, not of the Xbox division. But yeah, they have Phil Spencer who just took over for the Xbox division, which so transition I think is what we can expect from Microsoft. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they have to say at E3 this year, because they have so many new ideas at the top of their infrastructure right now. Who knows what they're going to do.
I think Phil Spencer is a great person to put in control of the Microsoft division. He seems to be an honest person, at least. He seems to kind of have a bond with us as gamers, and it seems like he's more focused now on telling the truth when things are, on the mudslide down. He actually came out a few weeks ago and made a comment to the effect that when things are going wrong, rather than sugarcoat it for your audience, just tell them the truth, because they're going to find out. When they find out, it's going to be hell on you. And so that's something that he learned. Now he's taking it to the top of the pyramid, and hopefully it'll trickle down and affect everybody at the bottom.
See, honestly, all they have to do E3, this is it. Here's Microsoft's game plan, right? You make a list of all the things you said last year. This year you say the opposite. Just do the exact opposite of what you did last year.
All they have to do is burn Don Matrick in effigy. It was that guy's fault. He's a jerk.
I've been meaning to ask you guys a question. I was thinking about this. I just got home right before the show started. You guys see I don't just walk around the house like this. I didn't even get a chance to change T-shirts. But what is the release date of Titanfall for the 360?
I think it's this week.
Yeah, this week Tuesday.
Has any footage of this thing been released?
Nope.
See, I'm heavily considering, guys, believe it or not, grabbing this game on my 360 just to check it out and see what it's all about. But I think it'll look probably comparable to the Xbox One version. But I think that it's probably going to be so close that it's going to piss off people with the Xbox One. That's honestly what I'm thinking.
That's
got to be it, right? It's either A, it looks as good as the Xbox One version, so they didn't want to let anybody know because they wanted to sell Xbox Ones, or B, it looks so goddamn terrible.
It's one of those, and I guarantee it's one of them.
IGN said they're going to post their review tomorrow of it.
Oh, really?
So you'll know tomorrow.
Wow, okay.
Does the game come out on Tuesday, and the reviews can come out on Monday?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll be buying this game. I can tell you that right off the bat.
Not too dirty. That was your excuse. That's what you predicted as well. That the game looks really close. Okay, I'm gonna throw my chips in with you. I think that's what it's gonna be.
I think it's gonna look really close. The frames per second might not be 60. I think it's
supposed to be 30. Above 30 is what the guy who over the production studio, he said it's floating above 30. Consistently. So it's not the same frame rate, but he said it looks great. The same amount of players, the same speed, parkour. Jetpacks, everything is all in the game. So you're probably looking at a slightly slower version of the same game. It probably won't look quite as pristine. But I want to see how closely they mimic each other. But my guess is they look really, really close.
I wonder if my progress from the Xbox One version will transfer over to the Xbox 360 version.
Wow. That's kind of reversed, because normally what they do is if you got it on the Xbox 360, yeah, you can go ahead and transfer your data, your save data, or PS3 to PS4. But I don't know about going back.
But
I don't like that they don't.
I am definitely picking up this game. I cannot wait to pwn a bunch of 13-year-olds who did not get an Xbox One for Christmas.
Can you imagine like BriarRabbit going back? He ready to lock every tie-in and stuff. There's no way they're gonna let that happen.
He's got all these.
This is gonna be $60 well spent, my friends.
Nobody should have this much fun killing kids. Nobody should have this much fun killing 13-year-olds.
I can't wait. I think it's going to be a ton of fun.
But yeah, I'm really excited to see what that game is all about. And I'm really heavily considering probably within the next week grabbing me a Wii U.
Oh, yeah?
And that's for you, Not Too Dirty, yeah.
Yeah, I like that video, not Too Dirty. You talked a little bit about it already, but I mean, you're playing Tropical Freeze, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze.
Talking to 95.
95, yeah, I'm sorry.
I know what you're talking about.
Which video was this?
You see 95's eyes? He's looking like...
So you're playing Tropical Freeze, and you're kind of just talking about like kind of how you really think that the Wii U is the best console on the market right now. Not the best console, but it has the best
quality-wise, yeah. And I'm tired of like every game I've bought is damn near broke out the box, and then you get a patch, and then the day you buy it, there's DLC. It's like they got to stop with that shit. They really do. Like, and that also blamed the reason why Metal Gear got such a gripe too, is because it's like a prologue that everyone, like your review was good, Not Too Nerdy, where you said it's the best game that people shouldn't buy unless you're a fan.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly right, dude. It's an amazing game, but you better be a diehard fan of the game to play it, you know?
Yeah.
That's a big problem with the way gaming is going. They're trying to get you to buy all this DLC, and then the game they release it too early, and they're like, fuck it, we'll patch it later and we'll fix it by the time it's released, you know?
Well, that's the same thing, like kind of like Call of Duty, how like they, you get one game for a year, then you buy all the DLC, and then they come out with another game that's basically shitty as the one before, and they're taking previous maps. Why don't they just keep like one game and just give you upgrades and other DLCs on just one game? Because that's how they're making so much money. You buy Black Ops 2, then they come out with Ghost. Well, Black Ops 2 for most people is just going to sit there because they want to play the next thing.
Yeah. They did come out with DLC though, like last month for Black Ops 2, which I was surprised by.
Yeah, because there's still a lot of people on Black Ops 2 because everybody hates Ghost so much.
Yeah.
Or look at it in the sense of EA and DICE with Battlefield.
Battlefield's still
constantly. Yeah, and they constantly kept saying, "Oh yeah, we're not going to push out any of our DLC until the game is fixed." The game is still broken, and they're still pushing out because EA is forcing them to push it out.
Well, that's a problem. That's what I was going to say. Like, I'll tell you right now, when developers, every week they have a weekly check to see where you're at. They have weekly schedules. Their publishers, they let them know if they're behind schedule. The publisher still has a deadline, and that's why these day one patches exist, because they're not ready to release the game. Yeah, and they're still, the publishers want it released on that day because they know that if it's pushed back a week later or 2 weeks later, that could cost millions of dollars because you might be going up against a game that you should not be going up against. So that's why they don't want to release it later, and even though it should be released a little bit later.
And it sucks because the newest DLC, the Naval Assault, is probably the coolest DLC I've ever seen on Battlefield, and it doesn't run. You can't even play the fucking maps. It's so bad.
But Megalodon.
Yeah, sure.
Well, it's bad. Like as soon as you get into a server and right off the bat, as the game starts, it's fucking freezing and shit.
It's been 6 months. Not 6 months. It's been
almost
5 months.
Almost 5, yeah.
Yeah, and they still
haven't fixed yet.
They said they were gonna fix it. What? A month ago? they were coming out with a patch or something, or was it
Well,
this month?
they made a big ass list of all the things that they're supposed to fix, and they fixed the kill cams and a bunch of other stuff, and now they're working on just the rubber banding. Which, like I said to everybody,
should've been the
you
first
should
thing
have
they
just worked on the rubber banding. I don't care
Yeah.
about they made a big list of all these guns they patched and all that other shit. It's like I don't have a problem with any of the guns in the game. I have a problem with me not being able to kill the guy because he's jumping all over the fucking screen.
You know, you could go private server though, right? There's like a way that's on beta. There's a beta that there's beta ones that you go private servers and there is no rubber banding at all. Like that's not even explained. No one even knows this exists. If you look it up, there's like a test like levels and there's people that know, but like you have to look for it. You search for it and it's test levels and they have maps that are tested which that has no rubber bands on it. Like I don't. It's
just like when me and 9 to 5 play, dude. Like that's another thing they need to fix is the party shit. Like, come on now, like that's so ridiculous. You know, it shows you that your friends are online. You can play with your friends, but there's no way to party up. You literally have to join their server, and you know you have to find a server that doesn't have too many people on it, so you get on the right team with your friend.
Yeah. And games like that are based off team. Like you have to work as a team to win, and it's not like. Yeah, it's not like Call of Duty. Like Call of Duty, you could come in as a solo guy and do work.
You can win the whole game for your team just by getting 30 or 40 kills in a team deathmatch.
Yeah, but Battlefield, it's like you have to communicate and you have to work as a team in order to win. And if you don't do that, your team is a pile of shit, pretty much.
I actually heard a rumor that they're bringing back the squads from Battlefield 3, which I thought was broken.
They need to make it like Bad Company 2 was the best thing. You started in your squad and then you launched into a game, and they found a game that fit your squad, which that's the way they should be done. Like that is one thing I'll give Call of Duty and all their games. They have the best system for that ever because it always works.
Yeah. I got a problem with Call of Duty this week because I do not like the DLC they released this week.
Oh, really? Well, don't ruin it for me. I don't want to know about it.
That's the Predator one, right?
Yeah, it's got the Predator. I think the best map in the game has like the most unbelievably overpowered kill streak I've ever seen.
Now, you actually made a video on this too, BriarRabbit, about this Predator kill streak being completely ridiculous. I went on and did a little research myself. You're definitely not alone here.
No.
Is that the only part of this DLC that you're not liking?
No, I don't like that they released the Modern Warfare 3 Remake Dome because that here's the problem is they keep re-releasing maps that are only like 2 years old or a year and a half old, and they were so overplayed just that short amount of time ago that you're still sick of them. So like Dome now has new graphics. It's got these alien dog things for a score streak, but it's like I was already sick of this, right? I'm still sick of this. If you're gonna re-release maps, do it for Modern Warfare or COD 4.
Go
or
back.
World at War. Like it's too recent. It's like if somebody remade like Macklemore's, CD. It's like it's too soon, man. It's too soon.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm getting really sick of that because every map pack they release has one remade map that's only a year and a half old and 3 new maps. And the 3 new maps in this map pack I don't love. I like the new one that has the Predator in it, but it's got that kill streak that I think is completely overpowered. It's got this one with a container ship that ran into a bridge in New York City. And the thing is so crazy because it's like it's all corners. Like there's no way to like strategically play that. It's all twitch-based shooting. And then there's another one that's so dark that I can't see anything anyway.
Yeah, I had a question for you because on the PlayStation 4 they're letting us use the Ripper early if you got
they did that on the Xbox One too. The Ripper is badass.
Yeah, it is a pretty fucking awesome gun. And another thing, I think Call of Duty is like trying to keep people interested because you notice all the extra characters that you're able to buy now and shit.
Yeah, I like that stuff. I don't have a problem with
I don't have a problem with it either, but yeah, I think it's pretty cool that they're actually trying to keep people interested in more stuff you can do with your characters and your loadouts and stuff.
Yeah, but the Predator is completely ridiculous.
I have a question about the Predator though.
Locks on. You get invisibility when you're close to another character, like an enemy character. You get a chem strike. You get a nuke that goes off every time you die. So like when they finally kill you, you kill everybody on the enemy team.
Holy shit! What the hell? Oh my! That is crazy. That is ridiculous.
Is that the only thing that makes it overpowered? Do you think though? If they didn't have that, I think that's like the one thing that's just seems cheap. Like you die, but that you kill, you get what all the kills when you die? Like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all right. So I think it's overpowered without the chem strike because you have a rocket launcher that locks on. You get invisibility. You get super
invisibility
speed.
whenever someone's close to you too, right? Like it's not always.
Yeah, it just turns on automatically. You don't even have to do it yourself.
Man, this is ridiculous. Yeah.
You get super speed, like like Michael Myers had in the last DLC. But then after all that, they finally take you down, and they get a chem strike for it. It's like,
I mean, it's good for you though. You get a shitload of kills when you die, so.
Yeah, it makes for a good video if you get it. But man, it's frustrating because everybody on the map is trying to get that like right off the bat, and if somebody does get it, then you're just basically forced to sit there and wait.
What do you got to do to get it?
You basically got to complete one of those.
The field order shit?
Field order, yeah.
Yeah.
The first person basically completes a field order almost automatically gets it.
So it's kind of like on the map strike zone. You get a field order, you get the care package, and it's usually a chem strike in it.
Yeah. All right. It happens about as frequently as that, too.
Damn.
You still having fun with Titanfall, Briar?
I am. I'll be honest with you, I didn't get a lot of gaming time this week. I was so busy with the wedding. I literally me and Jan took Tuesday off from work and spent 12 hours just doing the invitations for the wedding, and then phone calls with bridesmaids and groomsmen, and we went yesterday. I went to 2 different places that make cake and 3 different florists. It's like
Yep.
Now we know that
time to play this week.
We know that you previously went out to a baker and you went to her house and you didn't like her goods.
Yeah, man. She had a short and curly on the kitchen counter.
and you and Jen saw this too, right?
Yeah. She's trying to sell us baked goods with a short and curly on the counter. I'm like, no, we're not buying food from you.
I mean, like, immediately when you guys went in, she had a dog that she did not want to remove from the situation, right? It was overly excited.
I'm trying to talk.
But then you go in the kitchen to see what she bakes, and you got pubes. Here, try one of these.
Yeah, I'll pass.
That's just
I did
disgusting.
try the cupcake, right? And the frosting tastes like Crisco. I couldn't get that taste out of my mouth for like an hour.
Yeah, I think next week I'm gonna buy a Xbox One actually.
Are you? What game is really exciting you? Is it Titanfall?
Yeah, I want to play Dead Rising, even though the frame rates are horrible. I hear that game's really fun.
That game is really fun. That game.
I would play Forza, but I hear that they're like really microtransacting the hell out of that game, so I don't really want to get it.
I bought that game at launch, and I liked it before I realized how many microtransactions there were. But I've heard that they've eased up on it, like they've made it easier to like actually earn cars.
And my buddy said they gave you like free, like they have drifting now that's free, and
cool.
drag racing that's free, and they gave him a free car pack. I was like, oh, okay.
I'll tell you what though, the driving model in that game and the graphics and the fact that it's gorgeous and it's fun. And if you're a fan of Top Gear, they kind of have this Top Gear tie-in, so there's like these silly challenges sometimes.
Yeah, and the dude's voice and all that stuff. That's cool.
Yep. Yeah, I like the game. There was so much to play back in November that I kind of just I played it for like a couple hours and I just haven't gone back to it yet.
See, the thing with Forza though, like I like the way it looked and everything. I liked it until I played GT6, and then I realized how much more content GT6 had, and that was a PS3 game. And I'm thinking like how they totally didn't put that much stuff in the Xbox One Forza, you know what I mean? So
but that makes sense though, doesn't it? Because GT6 they're making another game for the old console, so all they have to do is concentrate on just making more content because they already had the engine.
Yeah,
Forza they had to create a new engine on a new console.
Well, they still created a new engine for the GT6. They said that was the whole thing with it. They put a new engine for that. That's why it looked the way it did. But it was just the maps itself. Like they had so many more tracks and like the cars. The only thing that was a downfall of that game was the noise, the sound.
The sound is horrible, dude. The sound is garbage. It sounds like everyone's in a go-kart.
Buggy. But it was fun because they had so many different cars and stuff like that. So it was just you didn't have to worry about that. I mean, they did have microtransactions as well, but not like the Xbox One. Like they gave you so much stuff before you even had to deal with microtransactions. You know what I mean? But like,
I've always liked the Gran Turismo series. 1 and 2, I played a lot of. Like I finished 1. Like I had like the 99.9% completion rate. Like you couldn't actually get the 100. And I played.
Yeah.
I was playing the 5-hour races in GT2, which is sick. That's stupid.
That's a lot of time.
That's dumb. I was younger then.
I know it was a weird comparison, but I always felt like GT was always like a Zelda game out. Like they always came out towards the end of a console cycle. Like I feel like they take way too long to come out. And I always compare it like that. GT always takes that day, like, but when it's about to finish, they're like, oh, we'll release the game out. You know what I mean? Like, and they take way too long to release it.
They asked the maker, what's his name, Kaz, whatever his name is. But yeah, that guy. Yeah, they asked him like, why wouldn't you make one on PS4? And he said, I'm sticking to my guns. I make 2 on every system, and that's what he did.
Well, yeah, I know
He's made
that
2 on every single console.
Somebody in here doesn't like to talk about this subject, but that's how I kind of feel about GTA 5 is because they released it so close to the next gen console and they didn't make it for the next gen. That's what just kind of confused me. I think they could have made a lot more money,
man.
I think they could have made.
They're going to make a lot more money if they release it because everyone's going to buy it twice.
Yeah. I mean, I would buy it again. I'm just saying they released it so close to the next gen release and they didn't make another game for that console.
The problem is this: when you look at games like that, not just them, but like a whole bunch of other companies do the same thing pretty much. Is like when you look at it, they will single-handedly kill this generation, the PS3 and the Xbox 360. They will literally force people to switch consoles right away. Like that will completely kill the whole market for everyone, not just them, because they're not going to maximize their profits either. But they're definitely going to make a lot of people switch over too early. And right now, like, to be honest with you, this is the time for all developers and publishers to pretty much, I hate to say it like this, but they double dip. They get people on the last generation and they get people on this generation. That's the way they do it. That's how it's always been. It's not the first time it's happened. It's always been like that when it's transitioning over. You always see like 2 of the same game, like versions of the same game. They come back later on. Like before, it used to be like, oh, they made the game, then it's an HD version or something. Like now they're doing it again. It's the same thing, you know.
Last of Us. Everyone's gonna buy that. Everyone's buying Last of Us.
Yes, they will. Yes.
Yes. $70.
Now you're speaking my language.
That's what I get that. I get why they do it because everyone's gonna, especially the hardcore people, like the people who are fans of those games. Like, I'll buy GTA. I'll buy Last of Us.
Yeah, I'll buy GTA right off the bat.
$60 price tag on them. I'll buy them.
Yeah. Well, just like Watch Dogs, people were saying they're not happy with it because the new trailer that came out. I actually heard that trailer was for the PS3, the one that everybody was, getting iffy about because it looked like the graphics went down. Yeah, I actually heard that trailer was for the PS3.
Wow.
It might not be true, but that's what I heard.
You saw the new PS4 trailer, though, right? You saw the newest trailer, right? The Chicago one. Like,
yeah, I think so.
I have not seen that.
That's a sick trailer.
That one looks back to the graphics again. That they made that purposely for the people that said that the graphics look bad. They made the newer version to show you that it really isn't the quality that.
But the graphics can't be so good, It's an open world game, and there's so much to do. I mean, I think I was literally heard that there's like 100 hours worth of gameplay in that game.
Well, I mean, the graphics can be that good. Games like Infamous kind of let me down a little bit because on the outside, on the superficial aspect of the game, it was absolutely beautiful, but the world was so shallow and empty. I felt like there was really nothing to do besides your mission or, stop someone from dealing drugs. It wasn't really alive like the way you feel about Grand Theft Auto, or other games.
They're sticking to their guns. That's how all their games been 1 and 2. So it's basically just a mission game. You buy it because you're a fan of their their little franchise they have, and I was pretty happy with it.
I was extremely happy with the game. I didn't have really any complaints about the game. But what I said in my review, what I stick with is after games like GTA 5, which I'm not the biggest GTA fan. I like Grand Theft Auto. I won't stay on it and play it over and over again. But I do beat them as they come out. After games like GTA 5 that came out and basically blew the socks off the world with the amount of extracurricular activities you can do in the city, all the stuff that you can do, it's almost like a real world.
That's why I love that game.
Kind of unheard of that a game like Infamous will come out and you can't do anything. I'm like, GTA 5 just came out. You didn't learn anything. You didn't see the reaction of the world with all the stuff that you can do in this game. I mean, it didn't excite you and say, hey, look, let's do something else. Let's add this, add that. And for me, a PS4 game, even a new game, on this vein of, this size, this scope, for them to have so little to do is just unacceptable for me.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
They're not going to make broad-based changes to Infamous when GTA came out, though. I mean, they had to be late in the development cycle for that game.
Yeah, I think there's the problem with this though is there's a big difference between the GTA and Infamous, and the one thing is Infamous is on the next gen console, so they have the bigger specs that everyone's looking at. People want more than 30 frames per second, and they had the problem of if the more stuff you add, the more objects you add, the slower the frame rates are going to be. This is an open world. This is not like it's a linear path at all. Open world takes up a lot of memory on any console, on any PC. It's really hard to do, and that's the thing. Like the one thing GTA 5 people didn't like at the one time, that the most of the complaints were the fact that it was about 25. The frame rate was under 30. It wasn't 30. It was a little bit under 30 because the objects. There's so many objects, so many things to do in the world. Like what you wanted, it's under that. So when you look at next gen consoles, if that game did go to the next gen console or anything like that, it's harder because you think about it, they have a higher standard now. They have to get to that higher standard because if, like you saying, yes, I want GTA 5 to be on, PlayStation 4, Xbox One. That's what everyone wants, right? But if you put it there and it only comes out to be 30 frames per second, are you gonna be happy with that?
Yeah, I'd be happy with that, man. I'm more interested in the game and how much there's to do with it. Like, graphics don't mean all that to me. I'd rather have kind of equaled out, okay graphics and a good game.
But see, the thing is, you got to understand that the masses, the majority of people, they're not reasonable.
Yeah.
They won't be reasonable like you.
Well, just like Not Too Nerdy said, though, if you have so much in an open world game, they have to drop the frame rates,
Yeah.
You can't have a massive, big open world game with all these little objects and all these little details and have 60 frames per second. That's why there's talk about Watch Dogs, that they're dropping the frame rates because it's big like GTA 5. And I think they said it's maybe a little bit bigger. They have to drop it so, it looks okay.
Because the thing that people forget, look at these MMOs and stuff like that on PCs. A lot of PCs can't run that stuff either at 60 frames per second. I think people forget that. They just assume that automatically consoles are going to do that. A lot of PCs can't even reach that. The standard PC cannot reach that, the 60 frames per second for an open world game. It's hard for them to reach that. They'll be happy they run 40 frames per second, 35. You know what I mean? For you to expect a console to just be there, it hurts. It hurts the development process because they're trying to shoot for something higher to satisfy the people, but then that leads for less objects. That leads for less detail in the games, and that's the problem. So you have to choose. Do you want more detail in the games? Do you want a graphically intense game that's not going to have the greatest frames per second, or do you want the greatest frames per second with little objects on screen? And I think that's what me and 95 Gamers talked about when I was talking about. He mentioned about the Nintendo Wii, the Wii U.
Being the best, yeah. I saw your comments.
Yeah.
You guys went ahead for
the 1080p 60 frames, and I said that Nintendo does a great job of hiding.
Yeah, you said they do it in layers.
Layers. So that's why Donkey Kong Free is a perfect example. That's why I even said your video. You see the background looks a certain way, and they have another layer, and then the front layer is always the object that they want you to focus on. And stuff like that makes it look like the screen's more full. But if you really look at a specific spot on the screen, the background, you see is not as detailed as everything else. And that's how they get away with using their console.
You notice that just playing Donkey Kong too, if you look at Donkey Kong himself or Diddy or any of those other characters, they're so detailed and their fur's moving and all that stuff.
Yep.
But then you look at the background, it's very still. A lot of that stuff is very still, and then they'll have a leaf move here or there,
Well, they've been doing that since Super Nintendo. They always did that. They have it, going one way and then it goes the other way. They have layers, and it adds to
parallax scrolling.
Yeah.
It's in a sense of Little Big Planet does the same thing a lot.
And that's what they do. That's a shortcut. I think Nintendo does it the best to hide the lack of detail, but they do detail what they can. They detail what's important, and which is what you're focusing on, the object. If you're in a race car, if you're focusing on a character, they always detail those the most, and that's the way it should be. I think Microsoft figured it out too in Forza, because if you look at Forza, if you ever freeze Forza, if you look at the background, it's horrible.
Terrible,
Yeah, their trees look like paper mache.
Yeah. If you look at the car itself, completely detailed. Why they do that? So they could get the 1080p 60 frames per second. That's why they did that. So.
Hey, have you guys looked at what's coming out with Xbox games with gold this month?
No.
I'm
sure it's like-
actually.
I'm sure it's 9 years old.
Well, no, actually, beginning on April 1st, Hitman Absolution will be free for the Xbox One.
We got that like 7 months ago.
Is that how old is that game? I don't follow the Hitman series too much. I've played a couple of them.
It was published. It came out in 2012, and it was praised by IGN. IGN gave it a 9.0.
Yeah, I don't really believe IGN reviews. Am I the only person who doesn't?
That's just part of the IGN has their own agenda. I think people with a little bit of knowledge know that IGN has an agenda. That's just something
Filter out the bullshit.
Yeah, with the article, and that's the only game right now that they're showing with the Xbox games with gold promotion. Now, on the flip side of that coin, for those who have PlayStation consoles, you get Batman: Arkham City, Castle of Illusion. These are both PS3 games. Mercenary Kings on PS4. Pixel Junk Monsters Ultimate HD, which I can't wait for. I absolutely love that game. Stealth Incorporated, that's for the Vita as well. So you get Pixel Junk, Stealth Incorporated, and Velocity Ultra for the Vita. So you get 3 Vita games, 1 PS4 game, and 2 PS3 games.
Mercenary Kings, right, is free right now?
Yeah, it's on PS4.
That game is fun.
I haven't even tried it yet.
Yeah, me and
I downloaded it.
We were just playing that before the show started.
Yeah, Kate wants to do our Beauty and the Beast with it. Speaking of Beauty and the Beast, did anybody catch the last episode?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I didn't believe it for one second.
Hilarious. String me on for 10 minutes.
I can see BriarRabbit just playing his violin.
The thing that got me upset is that, okay, he said he felt for mine and all that stuff. So I'm looking at this stuff, and I read it, I'm like, there's no way that's true. And I'm like, wait a second, he already saw mine, he wouldn't do that again. So now I'm watching it, and then I started to feel bad. And I'm like, wait a second. I'm sitting there, and he made me watch the whole video. Because I'm looking at it, I watched the whole entire video, I'm sitting there, and at the end, just for him to be like, just kidding, April Fool, I was like...
And the music starts...
That's even worse. It's even worse because I did that, and then I sat down and fell for his stuff after that. There's no way that just happened.
I'm gonna thumbs down that video right now.
What was so horrible about your video, Not Too Nerdy, is like I just got up in the morning.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I still had crust in my eyes, and I'm watching his video, and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, I decided to upload at midnight, so I'm like, you know what? People forget at midnight or so, like, what day it is. And then, like, if they wake up, they probably forget what day it is. They don't know what day it is. So that's why I thought I uploaded that late, and that's what happened.
It's like a rational video, too. You're just, you know, I've had enough. I'm busy. I had a lot of fun with it, but,
you get so serious. I would if it was me trying to do that, I would have been laughing through the whole damn thing.
Look, Not Too Nerdy, you absolutely fucked my day up, okay? First thing I do when I get up in the morning, I go in the bathroom, brush my teeth, and I come into the living room, I sit down next to my laptop, and I lean over to the couch, and I'm looking, scrutinizing what's going on with YouTube, and I see this, goodbye YouTube, I'm looking like, who? And I start, watching the video, and I'm like, he's going through all this shit, and he never even mentioned this to us, right? I can't believe it.
But I thanked all of you guys. I mentioned everyone's name. I mentioned everyone. I shouted out everyone.
That made it seem so real. I was like, if it was a joke, he just say 2 or 3 days. He's actually saying everybody, he's really saying goodbye. And then all of a sudden, I was like, oh, this bastard.
Yeah, I remember I commented on his video. I was like, oh, no, we're losing Not Too Dirty. And then I got to the end of the video. I sent him a message.
That was the best part. He commented. You could tell exactly what part he got to in the video. He's like, "Oh no, that's so. You're like my favorite YouTuber. Don't leave." And then you're like, "You friggin' dick." I'm like,
my wife really likes your videos too, Not Too Nerdy. Okay.
Thank you.
And so I went into the room, and she was still laying in bed, and she sleeps in late. I said, babe, this is a really, really solemn day. I said, Not Too Nerdy is leaving YouTube. She said, no. I said, yeah. She said, put on her glasses. Why? And she was looking so concerned, and she said, I can't believe this guy. So yeah, you got us double whammy. Good video, man. That was awesome.
Did you guys see any of the other stuff that hit on April 1st? I really like the Optimus Prime getting added to Titan. I thought that was really good.
That one's very cool. My boss showed that to me at work, and I was like, that would be so awesome if they actually did that.
It would be. I mean, I was watching the video, and I kind of was like 50-50. Like, it is April 1st, and I realize this is probably a joke. Would I actually want this if they did it? Because
yes,
I was a big Transformers fan when I was a kid, but like the legacy of Transformers has been dimmed somewhat lately.
Yeah.
And would it fit in with the fiction of Titanfall? Because I like the fiction of Titanfall. I think it's kind of fun.
That's just what you need. Since you can't fly, you can at least transform into a car and run over people.
You love that flying shit. That's awesome. You say you can't fly. Fuck that.
I would not be surprised if Microsoft or if
they did it.
EA, if they did it, because Transformers movie is coming out soon. So like the new one. So like if that's the case, I would not be shocked if they add that to advertise for the movie if they do a deal.
I was getting ready to say that. Let me ask you guys a question. Who's old enough to remember the GoBots?
I remember the GoBots, man.
GoBots.
Cool. Wish you had some today.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That was my shit. I remember I used to love them more than the Transformers, but I guess the Transformers sold out to corporate America and they became the more predominant robot.
You're all about hating.
They were a toy that they made a video or they made a cartoon about.
It's deeper than that, BriarRabbit. It's the Illuminati.
It was like. It was bad. I mean,
GoBots were cheap looking, man. They were cheap looking.
They were definitely second-rate Transformers.
You don't judge a robot by its cover. You gotta know what they're like on the inside.
What was the head GoBot's name?
He was something one.
Yeah, he wasn't Prime. He was One.
he was the white plane.
He's the first loser.
Yeah, he was, man. The GoBots were totally fucking.
You guys stop tarnishing my childhood.
Let me do a little comparison to you. You know Garfield. Garfield's like Transformers, right? Heathcliff is like the GoBots, right?
Yeah. Excellent metaphor.
Oh, damn it!
Just saying.
That was perfect.
I gotta agree with you there. Yeah. Right.
Speaking of messing with your childhood, I watched your video about. The title of the video was what? It was why you should play retro games, Beastly Gamer.
Something like that. Why I love retro.
Yeah, and I watched that video, and I liked that video, but I disagree with you a little bit because I don't feel the need to tell my kids or to make my kids play retro games. Like, to enjoy Wind Waker, which they're playing a lot of right now, I don't feel like they need to play the original Zelda or Zelda 2, right? Because those play mechanics are so outdated that I think if they started playing them, they'd just be like, this game sucks. Same goes with Castlevania. I know that I have a lot of love for Castlevania. I know you have a lot of love for Castlevania. But going back to that game now, like you could play SteamWorld Dig or Guacamelee and get very similar play mechanics. Check it out. I'm getting a beer delivered. This is the best.
Where's mine? I gotta go and walk and get my beer.
Wait, you got an extra button on your laptop? How do you do that?
Yeah, right.
A little text message.
Yeah. I can't text my wife because she's not even at home.
So, to play Castlevania or I think actually the original Metroid stands up pretty well. But like to play those older Castlevanias, you could play SteamWorld Dig, like I said, or you could play Guacamelee and get basically the same experience, but with much better play mechanics, much better graphics. It's hard for me to recommend my 12-year-old kids go back and play those old games. But I have a different opinion.
Let me clarify, okay? I don't sit and say, hey, look, you're about to play the oldest fucking game in the house, and you're going to play it until it's
and you're going to like
play it until it's over. That doesn't happen. Now, from time to time, my kids, they'll be watching me play something old, and they say, Dad, let me try it. Here, sure, play Burger Time. Play something, and it's just quick little stints, maybe 5-10 minutes from the understanding. Now, games like Symphony of the Night, yeah, both of our sons grab that game and beat the game. Games like that are still, they can translate into fun play mechanics in today's times, yeah, I'll let them play. But never will, and now that they beat the original Marios. They both have beaten Mario 2, yeah, right? They spend time on games like that, but I would never make them just play an old game because I liked it and beat the game. Now, if it's something I really enjoyed, I'll ask them, hey, look, let's see how well you do in this. Play for a couple of minutes. Tell me if you like it.
I'd make my kid play it.
I'm making my kids play the Addams Family on NES right now. You think I should stop?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The thing
Make them
is,
finish that game.
my sons are never on my channel because they're kind of shy, but they take a lot of pride in what I do on YouTube. And so they go to school and they say, my dad's a beastly gamer. And all they do, like in their spare time when they're not, playing basketball or, watching Netflix, is playing their handhelds or playing their consoles. And they really get into it. I take a lot of pride in it. And that video really did mean a lot to me, man. That's really where I came from. That's the start of it for me. And I know everybody's story is different, but that was.
I really like that video. I would recommend anybody who's watching this video goes and checks out that video on Beastly Gamer's channel because you may not agree with everything he has to say, but I think it's a really cogent point that you're making that video.
Yeah, Beastly
That's
Gamer.
why I like Mercy of the Kings because it's got that retro feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a really intriguing game, especially with the I just learned this from 9 to 5 because I joined his party chat. He's like, hey, you want to play? And I was like, oh, I didn't know you guys could do that. And we got up to 4 people playing together on that.
Oh, you can play 4 players co-op in that?
Yeah, co-op online, and offline.
So you can have two at home and 2 online?
Yeah, if you wanted to do that, you could do that.
But we gotta start doing like a Beastly Thoughts Plays thing.
The people at home are split screen. You guys won't be on the same screen. You guys can go anywhere in the world. When
you're not like stuck?
Oh, shit.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Gotta get it. Gotta play
it. See, the one thing, though, that I think about retro games is that the reason why I like retro games is because they don't hold your hand. You have to go there and play. Yeah. They challenge you. If you die, it's usually you die because you did something wrong, and it pushes you to learn what you did, and you get better. I'm tired of these kids today playing these games that, pretty much they hold your hand the whole way. They you have a checkpoint for everything. No matter what you do, there's a checkpoint. And I feel like it's like that everything for kids today. I'll talk about they get participation awards.
Yep,
what the hell is a participation award?
This generation is called no losers.
Don't get me started on participation awards.
I'm like, what? Seriously, that's the whole purpose for you to lose. So when you lose, it pushes you to do better.
And if you never feel like a loser, what's ever going to challenge you to get better?
Because everybody feels like a loser when you get a participation reward.
Yeah, that's a good point.
that's like getting a medal for being in third.
It's like getting a medal for just sucking ass.
I think this whole thing started. I think this whole thing started with the education system. This No Child Left Behind. Everybody's a winner mentality. But if everybody wins, you have no drive to do well. No drive to fight for the top spot.
It's like, oh, I got first place. Well, yeah, but I got this participation reward,
Now I was in 8th place.
I used to always be pissed. I'd go to jiu-jitsu tournaments, and all these dudes would in the higher weight classes, they would come out with swords and shit because they're black belts. They would get a samurai sword. I'd come out with my little fucking medal. What is a medal when you have a samurai sword, man?
Hey, 9 to 5. Let me ask you a question. What belt are you, if you don't mind asking?
I'm a blue belt 3-stripe. So I did it for. I did it for
a PlayStation fanboy.
He's like, I'm just gonna stop at blue.
I did it for 5.5 years, and then it slowly became more Hollywood-esque, like wrestling in a sense, and it intrigued me to get away from it.
Do you follow MMA at all?
Yeah, a lot. I watch it chronically, actually.
My brother, he's a professional. You ever heard of Isaiah Chapman?
You were talking about him on your one show that he was fighting or whatever. And does he fight in Bellator or something? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I watched that video actually when you were talking about that. I was like, I don't know.
He's 18-2, but he's awesome, man.
I trained with all
my whole family's done jiu-jitsu, like the Gracies. The school down here in Georgia is called Tiger Academy, and that's the school that all my brothers grew up training in.
I used to love watching MMA when Hoist Gracie was the man.
Yeah, because he'd take out all the big dudes. That's what was so cool about it.
Dan Severn.
that stuff's been sanitized a little bit, but when it first started, it felt like it was like a bare knuckle brawl, and it felt like you were watching Street Fighter because there was all these different like styles. Now there's like a winning style that like
people would come in with like one glove on their hand, and then they'd be like, "Well, why do you have a boxing glove on your hand? What the fuck is that about?"
What's crazy is like using his gi to like submission people and stuff.
Well, back then it really was just free for all. There was no rules in the original, the first 10 UFCs.
That was awesome.
After the 10th one, they started to create rules. The only rule was no eye gouging and biting, and that was it. The first fight on the UFC, the guy got like 3 of his teeth kicked out of his mouth. You know.
Speaking of UFC, real quick, the release date is June 17th.
Oh, okay.
The new game.
I'm definitely getting that game. I got tired of the fucking first couple of them. It's just repetitive. I'm getting tired of repetitive games. Reminds me of Call of Duty.
I used to train with Anthony Pettis and all them. That was like the gym that I left, actually, and I'm going to have all of them sign my game, and if I hate it, I'm going to sell it somewhere.
Actually, awesome. I heard something that they're going to try to put the UFC game in the MLG. They're going to try to make it a competitive game.
Really?
That's EA for
They're trying to make everything competitive now.
Yeah, I really want to see Titanfall become competitive because
next thing you're going to see is 2 old guys in there playing chess.
I want to see
that already if you check out some channels on YouTube.
I want to see a very realistic tetherball game.
Tetherball. Oh my god. What you said about Titanfall being an MLG, that would be awesome because you would have all the people doing all their lines and running off walls and stuff. That would be really cool.
I think that game would translate super well to MLG. Like, I think it would be really entertaining to watch because you got the 2 different gameplay elements, right? You got the pilots and you got the Titans. But you also, when you're a pilot, you're just so mobile, and like seeing those like opening routes would just be so interesting. And watching like really skilled players like jump from like different wall running routes to different places, I think that it would just look cool, right? Because I think that game really has the ability to just look like, whoa, that's cool.
I don't know. We should.
That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
Have any? This news just came out, and Kate showed me this news yesterday. Have any of you guys seen this giant new great white shark in Battlefield?
The Megalodon.
The Megalodon. Well, for premium members, when you go on Battlelog's website, it was really cool. They had like you could unlock all these assignments by typing in this code, and then your screen goes like the Matrix. And then you unlock all these other assignments and dog tags you can unlock. And the Megalodon is actually a dog tag that you get from doing that.
Oh, wow. Well, it looks pretty damn awesome. I was just curious. I don't play Battlefield 4 nearly as much as I used to. And I didn't play much then. But that shit looks really cool. It makes me want to go and get back into it.
So you need like a certain amount of people to make it happen now?
Yeah, 10 people around like a certain buoy.
Yeah, 10 people there, and you have to wait there for a while, and then it happens, right? Like,
I don't have 9 friends.
That's gonna be the hardest part, to get 10 people to go there. I mean,
I love you enough to be 2 of your friends.
This is like
we're getting there.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of random people on Battlefield 8, guys. Let's go check out this shark, but we need 10 people.
Yeah, and we all have to die as soon as it comes. We're all gonna die. So like,
I would even waste my time. Someone asked me that, dude, get the fuck away from me.
It's like, we'll be right there.
I don't want to die so you can see a fucking shark.
We'll finally get 10 player there, and Conway player will be like 10-person kill streak.
Like what? Look at all these dumbasses over here. Look at all these easy kills.
Yeah, I'll be there in 10 minutes, guys. Just wait for me.
Yeah. Is that you up there in that chopper?
Someone just comes by.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, what do you guys think about Amy Hennig joining Visceral Games and working on this new Star Wars project? Now, let me just say this first. Knights of the Old Republic, one of my favorite games of all time on my Xbox. Still one of the best games I've ever. One of my favorites. If she's working on a Star Wars project and she's able to interject a story that is as engaging as the past Uncharted games, I'm totally in. What do you guys think about this?
No.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Forces Unleashed too. Like it's gonna be the second verse of that in a sense.
I don't think she's gonna do a good job because she's not gonna be able to. Because remember, it's EA. EA is the ones in charge, and in the end, EA is gonna control what she does. So that's the problem. See, the difference is Sony, on the other hand, let her have the freedom to write what she had. She's not gonna get that freedom with EA publishing. She's not gonna get that freedom.
Well, who knows? Because the thing is, with her background and you know, the type of games that she's known and has made, it seems like that would be part of her contract with EA to leave me the hell alone and let me work. Because, I mean, she knows a lot about these kind of companies, and of course, you know, she has to know about EA's past, and it seems like that'd be a dubious business gesture for her to get into, knowing that they're going to basically control her every move, don't you think?
It's EA has no control. It's not even EA. It's EA's investors she has to ask permission from.
It's kind of like how Barack Obama's the president, but all the lobbyists control him and stuff.
Yeah, he's really not the president. He's just there.
It's like walking into a McDonald's, right? And then your burger's messed up, and so the manager comes. That's Barack Obama, but
he's like the guy that got a reward for trying.
Yeah. Go back to participation.
When are you gonna start trolling? I want to see you troll, man, because you're a damn good troll.
I don't know. I've been trying like trolling on with a YouTube and shit, and like no one gets mad anymore. But I know I do. I noob-tubed like 5 people across the map, and they're like, "Oh, nice shot, bro." I got noob-tubed. I'm like, nice "You motherfucker!" I just left when I got noob-tubed. I was just so pissed off.
Comment. Can you make a video of like you trying to troll people, but like it fails?
Yeah.
Like every time you try to troll someone's like, no. Like they don't fall.
Nice game, man.
Yeah. Why are you so angry?
Because I'm trying to make you angry.
Yeah.
Why are you so angry?
I don't know. I do so much recording, and it's just me trying to piss people off, but I end up getting pissed off in the long run. So it's like, what the fuck?
This shit is not working at all. It's backfiring.
It's like I got 5 hours of just random videos of me trying to piss people off, and it's end up me raging. And
you need to upload that shit because we need to see it.
I don't know. I'd probably lose subscribers. It's like, why were we sub to this fucking retarded motherfucker? It's like he makes no sense. We're trying to put out good content here, but he's the one raging on Call of Duty.
I think that'd be a funny video if you just made like a video about like troller fails and you're like just being an asshole and everybody else is just being nice to you. I think
Woosah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always get this random dude when I go to start trolling. He's just like, "I love you." And like I don't even know how to respond to that. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Damn.
Like, who are you?
Like that one video you made where you're trolling, like it was funny as hell. You're like behind someone, and you're like pissing them off. Like you're like, "Oh, you're shooting." Like, "Oh, am I gonna shoot behind you? I'm gonna shoot behind you. Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out!" And then you got ran over by a tank or something like that.
Yeah. I was chasing. I just started shooting. I was like, "Oh shit!" I just got ran the fuck over. And he did it too. He jumped right out of the way as he seen me get run over. I was like, "Motherfucker!"
Yeah, the guy he was fooling around with survives as he gets run over by a tank. Like,
you know,
I play a lot of Call of Duty, and there's a ton of trolls at this point in Call of Duty, right? There's just people who enjoy messing with you, but all the headsets at this point also allow you to like reduce the voice volume, and that's what I end up doing. Like if I'm playing a free for all, if I hear somebody like messing with me, I just reduce the voice volume, and then at the end of the game, when I'm at the top of the leaderboard, I'll start talking to you again.
No, I'm just like, "Hey, bro, 1v1 me," and then I get my ass whooped.
I changed my mind.
It's like, "Oh, you're 11 years old and you just kicked my ass. What the fuck?"
Well, when you have unlimited time to put it something, you get pretty good at it.
And then, unless like I'm the one doing the 1v1, and then I can control it where I have better health than him.
That's a good idea.
That's cheating, okay?
They don't know it though.
No, it's trolling.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It doesn't work out too well when you got more health than them and they still kick your ass. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I remember I got so amped because like I got like a nice headshot off this one guy, and it was like the final kill. I'm like, "Yeah, and that's how you do a final kill." He's like, "Well, I'm 9, so I'm like, oh well."
Yeah, I hope
That's
you're
how
happy
you
with
do
yourself.
it.
That's why you're on top of the leaderboard.
That's how you do it. Like,
I don't know. I just love it when I get cussed out by like a 9-year-old.
Oh yeah, it's one of my
makes my
favorite
day.
things. I don't care how old somebody is. When I'm at the like at the post game lobby and somebody's calling me a cheater or a hacker or something. I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. I love it. I just watched Figco Inc.'s video. I suck at Call of Duty, or I suck at Black Ops 2. Did anybody see that?
No.
It was a funny video. I guess nobody saw it, but check it out. It was good.
Oh, actually,
I'm a big fan of his. I really like his videos.
I have
Hey,
a question.
Dave.
Oh, well, I'll wait till after you, Beastly Gamer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No, you go.
I'll go. Let me talk about something.
I got some right here.
Question. Do your kids still play Minecraft, BriarRabbit?
Oh yeah, that's their main concern. I gave them new iPhones today, and the first thing they wanted to download was Minecraft Pocket Edition.
Wow. The thing is, Xbox 360, Minecraft for the 360 just sold 12 million. It's the #1 selling 360 game of all time
Wow,
as far as digital downloads.
that's crazy.
I don't
That's
know
like a
how people
nerfed
get
version
that.
of Minecraft.
Wait, all right. I got a question for you guys since we were talking about Minecraft. Do you guys hear about Woody's gamer tag is trying to sue a 12-year-old boy over that?
Yeah.
That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
True, though.
Oh, it's not?
Well,
I've heard a video about him actually talking about it, though, that he was going to try to ruin this kid's life.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Because a random video popped up when I was watching, I think, the Painkiller podcast. That's their
Painkiller
podcast.
already. Yeah.
And this random one popped up. Woody's gamer tag sues kid for Minecraft donation. So I guess what happened, it was like a 12-year-old boy took his parents' credit card and donated a shitload of money to his server, and the parents found out that there was money missing out of their account, so they took it back, and he's trying to take them to court for it.
So there's like a lot of conflicting reports. Like there's like people who tell the exact same story you do.
Yeah.
Woody's defense of himself, and I'll be honest with you, I like Woody a lot. I've always liked Woody a lot.
Me too.
So I tend to accept what he says. He seems like a genuine person to me. What he says is that this kid is 14 or 15. He's still young.
Yeah.
And that he did about $10,000 worth of transactions, both on Woody's Minecraft server, and also by sponsoring PKA, which is like $1,000 to do like a full show sponsorship.
Yeah.
As well as other YouTubers like donating, like a lot of Twitch streams you can donate money to, and like one guy he donated $2,000 to. The guy used it to buy a PC. And what he did is he caused chargebacks, right? So what he would do is donate this money, and then through PayPal, and then say, no, this was a mistake or this was an error, and charge it back. So that money, specifically for the guy who bought the $2,000 PC, that money was already spent. He's in college, Somebody gave him $2,000, he spent it, and now he owes $2,000. This also happened over the course of about 6 months. It wasn't like a mistake that this kid made.
Yeah.
It was multiple transactions, multiple like $2-3 transactions that added up to big transactions on the Minecraft server. I don't know. Like to me, this kid was committing fraud. Yes, he's young.
Yeah.
But he was committing fraud.
All right. Yeah. Well, the way I heard it was different, but if that's actually what it was, then the kid should, face some charges.
Yeah, I don't think the kid should go to jail.
I think that kid
I don't know.
I've
seen Woody's response to it, and just the way that he worded it, it sounded a little selfish,
I agree with you. I think he was really mad when he addressed it, and I think that was a big mistake because
he literally said he wanted to ruin the kid's life.
Yeah, and I think that was a big mistake. I think he backed off of that once he calmed down.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. And Fig was talking about this 2 weeks ago when he was on the show, and he was dancing around it a little bit, but it's a hard thing, right? Like this guy supports his family. Woody supports his family doing these things like YouTube and PKA and the Minecraft server.
Yeah.
When you're in that position and somebody starts ripping you off, you're starting to think you're taking food out of my kid's mouth.
Yeah, that's totally understandable.
Yeah, and that is something that it's hard to underreact to. It's easy to overreact to.
Yeah, well, like me and Beastly Gamer talked about a long time ago. Don't bring your emotions to your YouTube.
Yep.
It's just gonna give you bad rep anyway if you're talking stuff about like that, and like how he gave a 12-year-old advice on a whatever it was, not too long ago. He puts himself off weird sometimes, and that's why I've been fading away from his channel, because I thought, the PKA show and all that was a really awesome podcast, and he's a good gamer and stuff, but when he does stuff like that, it kind of pushes me away.
He puts himself out there.
Yeah.
He did that 12-year-old blowjob thing was during that Mail Monday thing where people would ask him almost like an advice columnist.
Hold on. He said 12-year-old blowjob? What?
Yeah,
it was something like that. I don't remember the details.
Not together.
Like 6 months ago or a year ago. And the question was, I'm 12 or 13 years old, and Cod, do you remember?
I think it was a little girl asking him, how do I do that?
Yeah.
And he basically gave an answer to it. Even if that's his series, come on, that's a kid. I would just totally ignored that question.
You just ignore the question. I think that's what I would have done too.
So he obviously
answered the question.
He did this for a reaction then, because he gets probably.
I don't think he did it for a reaction. I think he was trying to do the right thing.
But think about this: how many Mail Monday questions do you think he was getting every week? Thousands.
Yeah, but how many has he answered?
Yeah, but he gets.
He's done that video once a week.
He doesn't randomly pick them out of a box. He looks at them, he scrutinizes the question, and comes up with the best answer. So the thing was, he looked at questions to read off and answer that week. He decided to answer that one when he could have totally ignored it, avoided it. But answering that question, he had to know that it was going to bring all kind of unwanted attention his way. Woody's a really smart guy. He has 3 degrees. He's not a fool by a long shot. This is something that was thought out, and it didn't go the way he obviously intended on it to go.
Well, that's not going to go anyway. I don't even know how to say it, but just giving a 12-year-old advice, especially over the internet where it's going to go viral, I mean, that's just ridiculous when you have kids of your own. And, I'm pretty sure he does go through selected questions and picks the best ones for the show. So he had that thought out. He thought maybe I'm going to get some good publicity off of this. Obviously not.
Thing, publicity.
Didn't work out the way he intended. Good publicity than bad publicity, because no one's ever going to forget that.
But see, the thing,
realize how many bad questions you must get. There's so many people on YouTube. When you get that many followers, so many subscribers, there's gonna be really dirty questions. So the fact that he picked that, he has to have seen it beforehand. He has to know what a Beastly Gamer said. He definitely picked it out. He knew it's there, and he's like, I'll talk about it. You know what I mean? So.
And that answer that he gave was taken out of context too, because he prefaced the answer by saying, "I don't think you should be doing this at this age, but if you're gonna be doing it."
Well, you should have never talked about it though.
Yeah. He may have become desensitized to it if he's seeing thousands of questions and they're all of these shady type of situations. He sees it so much and it becomes a reality in his mind. And maybe he sees it 6 months later and doesn't think nearly the same thoughts that he would have thought 6 months previously. And so maybe he was thinking, okay, I see it so much now as a part of my life. It's real. Let me go and answer it. And the people who are out here watching his videos, of course, we don't get to see these questions. So it's coming to us for the first time. And so we hear it. We're all shocked.
Well, the way I see it is, too, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want someone answering his kid question like that,
No, but when you were a kid, would you rather know the answers to these questions from somebody who had a real answer for you, or would you rather hear the schoolyard bullshit that you did hear?
Well, honestly, at 12 years old, I wasn't really worried about that. I was more playing video games and playing sports. So
yeah, but there are a lot of kids out here.
People mature at different rates.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying from my point of view at that time, I wasn't worried about it at that age.
Wait, are we sure that this person is a 12-year-old girl? First of all,
No.
It was young person asking sex advice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but are you sure it was a young person?
It could have been 40-year-old.
You can't be sure about that. I mean, it could have totally been a troll.
That's what I'm saying. That it could have been a troll question also. They could have been someone older just asking that question.
From you guys, would you even broadcast that on your show, giving someone a blowjob advice?
No way, dude.
Well, so it doesn't matter.
That's not the kind of content I make.
Well, I mean, that's not really what Woody puts out too. I mean, he's more like a gaming channel also, so it's just a weird thing to put out there for anybody that's a gaming channel.
Now, I honestly really enjoyed most of I can't even remember one I didn't like. His Mail Mondays was really one of the reasons I really enjoyed his channel.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad that it doesn't exist anymore. But the thing is, my question is kind of a little off the subject. how successful is his Minecraft server?
I think some people say he makes like almost 10,000 a month.
I mean, and he does no Call of Duty footage anymore?
I think he's mostly into his podcast now.
The only videos I ever see him make anymore are the PKA podcasts.
Yeah, I think he's just
already okay.
Yeah, I think he's just worrying about his Minecraft server, and then he does the podcast. That's basically it.
See, the thing is, I feel bamboozled by the system again, guys, because he pulled me in.
Bamboozled.
Damn it, you're right. YouTube got me. And so, I mean, when I first saw Woody, it was nothing but Call of Duty. I was like, this dude is amazing. I watched all his videos. I went back to watch as many of them as I could. And now he doesn't do it anymore, and so it's all in memory. But, I mean, it is what it is. Much success to you, Woody. Don't answer those dubious questions.
I think we should change the topic because I don't know that anybody really cares about this except for
us.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys. I made a vlog. They'll be on like a little bit later at 8. It's talk about what was your favorite arcade game. So like you guys, when you played arcade or whatever, what was your favorite game?
I'll take this one because I know it's Street Fighter 2 right off the bat. Okay. I loved playing Street Fighter 2 in the arcade when arcades still existed and there was a line to get your quarter back up. Anybody remember putting quarters, like lining quarters up on the Street Fighter 2 machine?
That's how you call next, man. That's how you call next.
Yeah, I remember doing that. I loved going to the arcade, and I loved like the feeling of winning and like having like a few people in progression come through and basically be paying for you to beat them. I used to love that feeling. I love Street Fighter 2.
That was an expensive ass whooping.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo or just?
I started off Street Fighter 2.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, I kind of fell off of it I think I played a little Street Fighter 2 Turbo, but after that I pretty much fell out. Super Street Fighter 2 I only played on the Super Nintendo.
Okay, for me, I would have to say, and see the thing is, it's so hard because it's really like 2 or 3. I spent so many hours in the arcade, but I'd have to give this prestigious title to Mortal Kombat 2.
Okay.
I spent so many hours playing that game, and I'll whoop anybody's ass in it. I mean, of course, there's people who can beat me in the world, trust me. But I played that game so much, I ran it into the ground. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, and we lived about a mile from the mall. So my older brother and I, we just go up there with $15 in quarters in our pocket, sounding like a laundromat walking down the street, right? and we would just spend 4 or 5 hours just playing the game, mastering it. Honorable mentions? Can we give an honorable mention? My honorable mention is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That was good. The Simpsons was good too. Same sort of game.
And Alien vs. Predator. And that's what I really spent a lot of time playing.
Yeah. Anybody else? Some of the guys might be too young.
Believe it or not, mine was Pac-Man.
What are you talking about?
All right.
Word.
Nice.
Pac-Man was the shit.
Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man? Because Miss Pac-Man was infinitely better.
I played the original one first, and then Miss Pac-Man kind of came around the corner. Yeah.
Miss Pac-Man, if you look real close, she has titties.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh shit.
This just got weird.
Yeah.
They're two yellow circles.
What just happened in my pants?
I've got new feelings.
Why is it tingling down there? Moving
on.
on.
You, 9 to 5. What was your favorite arcade game?
Oh shit, Gauntlet Legend maybe? It'd have to be Gauntlet. Yeah.
I don't know Gauntlet Legend. What was that?
Or Power Stone. I dug Power Stone. I thought it was sick.
That was an arcade game?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet that was fun as hell. I only played it on Dreamcast.
What about you, Not Too Dirty?
Yeah.
My game I even talked about in the vlog is X-Men. Like the original X-Men.
Yeah, dude. I was going to mention that, but I had to give it to Turtles.
Wolverine, right there next to Colossus. Colossus is my favorite character, man.
Nightcrawler.
Yeah, I love Colossus. Like he'll destroy people.
Yeah.
I would spend hours playing it because I don't know if you guys had something over here. We had like New Jersey has a bunch of arcades, man. They still have arcades today. You know, like we still have a lot of arcades. Like they didn't really disappear. Like they're here still. Like we have like the best, one of the best known arcades called The Break. It's in Denellen, New Jersey. That's where I grew up in. And that place, they still have tournaments and stuff because they show like different tournaments and different things on they stream and stuff on Twitch and stuff. That's one of the top places for tournaments. So like when you see people in like the Street Fighter scene and on Ultimate like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 stuff like that, you see those people here before they go to like those competitive like tournaments. This is one of the stops you have to make before you go to like the final stop and stuff like it for Evo. Like this is one of the qualifiers right here in Denell. So like this area always has arcades and stuff. But I remember I used to go in there and like I'll go like $2 like after school and I'll be there for hours, man. I love that X-Men game, dude.
Yeah. Do you have it on the PS3, Nacho Dirty?
The X-Men, no. I never got it for PS3 because like I don't know. I always wanted the arcade cabinet. I was so close to getting into auction ones, and like someone just outbid me the last second, man. And I literally didn't have enough. He beat me by $10, by the way.
The one on the PS3 is arcade perfect, and you can actually change the screen and make it look like the arcade cabinet.
Oh yeah.
I was going to tell you if you had it, I'd love to play with you. And BriarRabbit, if you ever get a chance, get that Super Street Fighter HD remix for the PS3 because it is Super Street Fighter. But graphically, it looks like an anime, but it plays exactly like the Street Fighter of old. If you had that game, it'd be some nice videos.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
That's
my invitation to an ass whooping. If you'd only have to pay for that one once.
Have you played the recent Mortal Kombat, Beasley?
Yeah, I beat it. But the thing was, I didn't do too much online playing.
Yeah.
Because they changed so much. You know, the whole system of play in this new Mortal Kombat, the whole paradigm has shifted so much. And on top of that, when you're playing as a single player, you can't focus on one character because the way the story is set up.
Yeah, but I like the story mode in those.
Oh, the story is the best. It's by far like the best single player story. I like that game's story much better than what is the superhero one that came out?
Injustice.
Yeah, I think Mortal Kombat single player campaign was much better than Injustice single player campaign. But I just felt like I didn't have time to focus on one character. You had to learn them as you go, and then that kind of took me out of it. But Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3, you can't see me on none of them, son.
Well, I'll tell you right now. Yes, I can. I still got my 81. It's 81% Kung Lao move for Mortal Kombat 2 that I could do. That's my combo. 81%. If I get you in that combo, it's pretty much game over.
Kung Lao, was he the guy with the hat?
Yeah, the hat.
Sir.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Well, do you have the Mortal Kombat collection?
No, I mean I could get it though. What do you want? What's going on?
How much can that cost? Like $3?
What it is? What it is? I got it. We can run it as soon as BC Thoughts is over.
Yeah, I'll bring out the arcade sticks, bro. Let's do this. Let's make it.
All right, let's get it. and we can stream it. And we can upload it and just show people what's happening. But Mortal Kombat 2 and 3, I'm gonna have to show you a little something.
I'll watch that.
Loser has to get Microsoft's tattoo on them.
Sounds like a fair deal. Beasley, put your money where your mouth is.
How's it always turn into Microsoft is like the worst thing to get on you? Every time we talk about something,
oh man, I got Microsoft all over me.
Yo, Conmate, it's like Microsoft. Oh, he got him.
It's like, oh, you get that as a tramp stamp, bro? What the hell is wrong with you? That's what happens when you go to Vegas.
You know
what? My buddy went to go get his
I'm
weed.
too scared to even make a bet like that, man. Because you know what? Sometimes you see a guy and you're like, I'll whoop your motherfucking ass. And then all of a sudden he's a savant. And you're like, perfect. And all you're thinking about is a damn tattoo for the rest of your life. Sorry. Can't do it.
Oh,
we'll play for sure, though. I think it's only $10 or $15. I think it might be $10. You get arcade perfect versions of 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
And it's online. So just hit me up on the PSN. I don't even think I have your PSN, but you can send it to me after the show, and we can let our subs see who is what it is.
I gotta practice a little bit, see if it's the timing's different, because usually that's what happened in the HD remix, but we'll see.
No. Mortal Kombat isn't the HD remix.
Oh, it's playing? All right.
Yeah, they're the arcade perfect versions, and that'd be a nice video to upload. I just made some Tekken videos. One's uploading tomorrow. I got them Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and they're just short videos. But I played 9 games yesterday. I lost 1, and it kind of irritated me. But fighting games, man, that's what we've done. You know, we're really big into them, so I'm looking forward to this.
Those were the
cool,
shooters of the 90s, right?
Say what
You were
now?
a big gamer in the 90s. You played a lot of fighting games.
Yeah.
That's the way it was. Like, if you went to arcades, it's all about fighting games.
That
Soul
and,
Calibur.
Off-Road, that was a good game, too.
Oh, yeah, off-road, old school.
Yeah.
Now, I can
the
see,
4 wheels all next to each other.
BriarRabbit, you don't have to, hide the secret. I know you used to be in there playing DDR.
Hell yeah, I can bust a move, bro. Don't let the beard fool you.
I don't even have to look at the floor. I'm just going.
They call me the cat.
Oh my god.
Beasley, do you play Smash Brothers at all or no?
I wish I knew somebody who could play Smash. I'll destroy anybody in Smash.
See,
Brothers.
I've never played.
Got challenged.
I've never played Smash Brothers at all, but they're doing a Nintendo Direct on Wednesday for it, and they're gonna announce like the launch day and all that stuff on Wednesday. So they'll know when it's out for the Wii U. But I've never played it, but I will be getting this one.
The Smash Brothers, I got it on my Wii Brawl, but the one that I actually liked the most was Super Smash Brothers Melee for the GameCube.
Yeah, that's what everyone liked.
I mean,
Shit, when I got my GameCube, I thought that's how all the new games were going to be, how small the disc was. Then the PS3,
boy, were we fooled.
then the PS3 came out and it was a big ass disc again. I was like, wow.
You got me.
Yep.
But yeah, Smash Brothers, man, Soul Calibur, Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Power Stone, really fighting games. That's been my forte for many years. Then I moved to Ohio and didn't get a chance to play like I used to, and now I came back and I dominate everybody. Yeah, that's a shout out to you, Joe, my older brother. You came over here and got your ass whipped. You was talking all that smack. And that's a shout out to you, Adam, my cousin who I saw at the wedding today. You got your ass destroyed too, son.
I feel like I'm gonna do damage with a Mega Man. That's the character I've been wanting.
Yeah,
I feel like he's gonna be a beast, dude. I know he's gonna be a beast.
They're saying they're announcing another like third-party character along with that Nintendo Direct, and then they're announcing the launch day of the game.
Probably gonna be awesome. Who is it? You think it'll be Proto?
Like, I don't know who it would be.
Because like he's gonna have Mega Man's there. Most likely that's someone people want in the game as well.
They should put Simon Belmont in that game.
And
Not the one from the cartoon either.
That would be nuts.
Master Chief.
Watch it end up being Snake from Metal Gear. I'd be like, what the hell?
Well, he was in original. He was originally Nintendo.
Yeah. Did any of you guys ever get into Marvel vs. Capcom at all?
Yeah, I have it.
That game was too messed up for me.
Who hasn't?
I have it on PS3. I have it on PS3.
Yeah, you talking about 2? Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom 2?
Yeah, PS3, yep.
Okay, we need to play, sir.
You like Ultimate or you don't like Ultimate?
I have it on Vita and the PS3, but I like 2 more, honestly.
Yeah, the timing's a lot. I like the timing for Ultimate 3. It's just say if you drop a combo, man, it's vicious.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, I could do infinites and stuff, but that was like 10 years ago. It's like when you get old, your fingers just don't want to work anymore. It's like you've been playing a Vita for 10 years straight.
Yeah.
And so,
I'll say one thing. Your connection better not drop when we play, man. I don't want to be like, oh, the connection drops and there goes.
Your connection better not drop. Everybody knows you're like the king of internet over there.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You got no excuses over there.
you live at the internet, so how
I'm
can
just
you
saying
say that to me?
That's the hardest part of playing these fighting games online. That you can't do the combos you could do offline.
Yep.
That's the one thing that
is way off.
I haven't had any issues with my connection. I got a pretty standard connection, especially online. I've never been kicked. So if something does happen, that means you won, and I just turn that shit off.
It just says Beastly Gamer left film. Like what the hell?
Yeah,
what
but
was the racing game? Do you guys remember the racing? I think it might have been Burnout. That when you took somebody out, it would take a picture of them and give it to you on your screen.
Yeah,
Was
Burnout Paradise.
Oh man, that was a cool idea.
Awesome.
Why doesn't every game do that?
I don't know. I'm waiting for BriarRabbit's famous question every weekend.
He's been prepping this whole time.
You're thinking about it too.
I'm just waiting.
He's like, I'm already brewing ideas in my head.
Yeah.
More so than that, Cod, mate, I'm waiting for your answer because you always got better answers.
He said I'm never going to be a fucking garbage man ever again.
Oh That's what you guys are gonna remember me as. Who's Kabe player? Oh, he's the garbage man.
He's a garbage man. He's the gods.
Oh, that's awesome. Target dropped the Titanfall bundle again, just to let everybody know. If you want an Xbox, go there.
$450?
No, it's technically it's $450, but you get a year of Xbox Live for free.
Wow, so it's $400.
So
Or you can just go to
technically,
$390.
so technically it's $330. They've averaged it out to because you get a year for free.
Wow.
But a year is how much?
They got to use one for like $250 already.
Yeah, a year is what, $60, right? For
Yep.
$60 for Xbox.
$450. Okay, so you're looking
I
at.
might go pick that up.
Well,
No,
do your thing, Microsoft.
Ooh, this.
So, all right. So I've been actually wrestling with this for a while.
He's like, that just sparked it up right there.
Yeah. All right. So we've talked a lot of smack about Microsoft and Nintendo on this show.
It's like, you know what, you're done, man. You're out of here.
But
DC,
I
it's
actually
coming at you right
really
now.
enjoy my
Sorry.
Xbox. When I play games right now, the game I want to play the most, like when I'm thinking about coming home to play a game, the game I'm thinking about playing is Titanfall right now. That's the game I'm most passionate about. And I don't really care if the console I'm playing it on is made in Seattle or it's made in Japan. I don't really care. Those companies don't care about me, and I don't really care about them. I do want at least two companies to be successful enough that there is competition in the marketplace, because competition in the marketplace keeps companies thinking about getting new consumers, which is going to benefit the consumer. If there's a monopoly in the marketplace, then you're going to have one company, whether it be Sony or whether it be Microsoft or whether it be Nintendo, who just says, and we saw this with Nintendo back with the NES with like horrible policies, and we saw it with Sony and the PlayStation 2, and we saw it with Microsoft with the 360. But if they have a monopoly, if any one of those companies has a monopoly, they're going to raise prices, they're going to come out with all sorts of DRM. The only thing that's keeping these games playable is that there is competition. But I really don't care. I care less about which company is making these consoles than they care about me.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's like what Not Too Nerdy said about the whole Twitch thing. In order to get PlayStation's Twitch to be better, Microsoft had to one-up them and make a better one, so then they're like, fuck, we have to do something about this. Which is
and
smart.
I know that there are fanboys out there, and I realize that. And I actually feel that way in other areas. Like I watch Apple news like crazy because I'm always thinking about what is the next Apple product that is going to change my life, because they've over the last 14 years, they've done it to me about 4 times. They've actually changed my lifestyle with products that they've released, right? So I feel like a fanboy for Apple. But I don't feel that way for Sony, for Microsoft, or for Nintendo. But I know some people do. But is that a valid feeling? Like, should you feel like that? I don't have pride that I feel that way about Apple.
I think there should be. I think that just so you know, BriarRabbit, I think that there should be 3 companies, not 2. Because here's the thing: like, there's always should be a third company. Like, for example, you look at Democrats, Republicans, Independent. There should always be something there to pull away some people, because that's what really makes the biggest change when there's 3.
Apple.
Because what happens is, for example, you get some change. Like Nintendo, they bring certain people to them, right? Certain groups of people that like different types of games and stuff like that. What does that do? That forces Sony and Microsoft not to just focus on hardcore gamers. It makes them attempt to do things to attract more people as well. And if Nintendo wasn't there, then Sony and them wouldn't do that. They'll force everyone to do the games that they do, and that's it. But because Nintendo's there, it's forcing them to try different things as well. And I think that's the way it's going to be, that there should always be 3 companies, no matter how you look at it. If you look at, there's Android, there's the Apple for iOS, but then there's also Microsoft there. And Microsoft probably is the smallest one out of the 3 right there, but those are the 3 that people use, and it does that for a reason, because that's what makes it more innovative and stuff like that. So I think you really need 3, not just 2. I think 2 it's not going to be a good thing, because there was 2 before with Sega, and you had the Super Nintendo, but yet what happened there? Like every couple of years they'll bring out a new console or a new system, and
Sony came out and blew it up.
Yeah,
They had a bunch of new ideas.
Yeah.
Now, what I gotta say about this is, this is something that has been going on since the beginning. All right, there are going to be fanboys. It's going to persist, and that's not. I don't think that'll ever change. These companies have goals, and their goals isn't just to sell consoles, but it's how they sell consoles. They can make you buy their console by creating good games, by making you believe in their fundamental rules and the rules that they abide by, and making you feel like they connect with you as a consumer. And there's plenty of other ways. Now, in the past, I may have liked the Super Nintendo over the Sega Genesis. You may have liked the Dreamcast over the PlayStation. I mean, this is just parts of, you know, what we go through as gamers. But ultimately, it comes down to the decision a person makes when they go to the store, what they buy, why they buy it. And, of course, once you make that decision, everybody can't buy everything. Once you make that decision, that becomes a part of you, and you stand with what you have.
So is being a fanboy basically trying to avoid, like, having regret over your purchase?
It could be. But for me, what a fanboy is a person that doesn't see the logic. They only see what they want to see. It's like selective vision. They have tunnel vision, and no matter what happens around that tunnel, all they see is the end of that tunnel, and that's the thing they focus on. That's what a fanboy is. To me, I'm a fan of Sony. I'm a fan of Microsoft as well, believe it or not. I had an issue with Microsoft's last console, and I don't think that'll be something that'll continue. It's something that I like to smack every now and then, but for the meantime, there isn't anything on the Microsoft console that made me want to immediately go out and grab it. That's why I'm kind of hesitant to get it.
Which is, I think, a continuing issue for Microsoft.
Well, I think it's kind of a continuing issue for both. When they were both announced, I was like, I'm going to grab them both. I mean, I didn't know what games would be out at launch. I didn't know what, but I knew it was the next generation. I was extremely excited about it. And then when everything happened and, you know, what happened, I was like, screw them, I'm just going to get this. And so I've kind of rode that wave to where I am today. But with the new changes, Phil Spencer, you know, the new thought process and ideals of the Xbox division, I think there's going to be a lot of change coming. There's a ton of Xbox games that I truly enjoy, Gears games, the Halo games, and those are games I'm not going to miss out on, just like with the Wii U. You know, the Wii U doesn't have anything right now that I'm particularly excited about. Mario Kart looks awesome, right? But fundamentally, it's pretty much the same game with some added tricks and much better graphics, right? But Smash Brothers, same game. It's something that I really, really want to, you know, get my hands on. So when something comes out for the console that I feel like I have to have, then I'll go ahead and get it. And then I'll make some great Xbox videos.
See, I think people should be a gamer and not a fanboy, because gamers are lucky because gamers get to play any game they want to on any console or system that they have, and they have fun with it because it's the game. The fanboy only gets to enjoy the games that's on their console or their system, and they missed out on games that they might have thought were fun. They missed out on experiences. Then later on, like for example, there's some games that like some people like. I had, you know, both like Nintendo, like Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, right? A lot of my friends didn't. They had one or the other, and there's games that I was able to experience from both that like you couldn't experience on one. And, you know, and that's the thing. Sometimes you miss games and you miss an opportunity. For example, all the people that are the Xbox or whatever they want to call them, and you know, they missed The Last of Us, right? Because they refused to get a PlayStation. We're never gonna get a game like on Sony. You know what I mean? But then again, there's other games that were pretty good on the Microsoft side. You know what I mean? Like I do enjoy Gears of War. I enjoy Halo. Maybe not the newer ones as much, but there's stuff that you might have just missed being on the Sony side alone. And that's why I think gamers get the best out of both worlds, because they play any
rich
game,
gamers,
any controller, anything. Yeah. I mean, eventually, here's the thing, though. Your goal should be get one now, and then when the other one drops later on, try to save up and get that one and get deals with it. That's what you should do. But a lot of these people, fanboys, will never do that. They'll say, "There's no way I'm going to get the other console."
It's funny that they're called fanboys, which you'd think would be they'd be a fan of one thing, but what they end up doing all the time is hating on the other.
Yeah, they're haters.
Yeah.
You gotta give credit when
I've done my fair share of hate.
Like, I love how, like, Metacritic, right? I went to Metacritic for the first time. Like, I don't like Metacritic at all. I go Metacritic to see Infamous review, right? And I did after my review. I go there and I look. There's a bunch of zeros on the reviews.
How can you give a 0 to it?
Zero. How can you even put a 0? Some people put 1 or 2. Some people say, "Oh, the gameplay is really fun, but that's about it." Then that's a 2? That's a 2 in your book?
Wait. there.
Speaking of,
Like this is what I'm saying. Like if you look at Metacritic, some of these user scores, and then you look at like some scores that they have from actual websites are going down all the way as a 4 for Infamous, and I'm just sitting there like how can you even do that? You know what I mean? Like how do you sit there and like you can obviously tell that you're blinded by the console or the system that you like, and you shouldn't do that. You're missing out on a game. You know what I mean? Like the experience, exactly. Like you're missing out on that stuff, which is just weird to me.
No. Here's a perfect example. I honestly have not played Titanfall ever, but every time I see it, I'm like, damn it, I gotta play this, right? And then I'm like, well, maybe I'll grab it on the PC, but I don't like playing games on my PC as much. Maybe I'll get it on the Xbox One, and now I'm to the point where like maybe I'll just grab it on the Xbox 360, and if it's as good as the Xbox One or comparable, and then I can just forego the Xbox One until the absolute game comes out only on that system that I really, really want to play.
Yeah. The nice thing about buying into a console cycle late too is that you got this like backlog of games. Right now, on both the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, we're basically like eagerly anticipating anything that comes out because it's like months between really big releases. On the PlayStation 4, it's a little easier right now because they've done a better job of getting independent games. Like right now, I'm playing SteamWorld Dig and I'm having a really good time with it. And Mercenary Kings, I haven't even gotten to yet, but I've heard is a lot of fun from two guys on this show right now.
Yeah, I haven't played that either. Kate wants to actually play that for our Beauty and the Beast.
You know,
so,
you guys will enjoy it.
being that we can play that with 2 other people, anybody up for that?
I would like to do that. I think we should do something.
We
like
gotta
on the
stop
regular.
talking about it and do it. The thing is, the first part of doing something is doing it. Yeah?
Well, no, first you got to talk about doing it.
Oh.
No, I'm telling you right now.
The second part is
Hey,
doing
am
it.
I telling the truth? If I come back there, do I have to talk to you, or are we just going to do it? All right, then. Just do it.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Oh, huh?
Just kidding.
It's like deja vu all over again.
I love fucking with you guys, man.
Are we talking about doing something together? I'm confused.
Yeah, let's do it. I want to find out how to record off the PlayStation 4, like voice. Unless we can.
Stick your mic in your headset.
Yeah, that's the way.
Now, here's a way to do it, okay? You set up your PC, right? You record with your Elgato, but you speak into your headphone jack for your PS4. So the video that's being recorded through your Elgato will have the audio from the person who you're talking to, or the other players. At the same time, you can overlay the audio from your Blue Yeti, sorry, to the bottom
But if
layer.
an odd-made player calls me an asshole, I want my viewers to be able to hear that.
Yeah. Are you talking
Why has
about
it got to
mine?
be me?
Because it'll be you. It will.
The way that I've got it done already is the fact that my other headset, you have to have audio out on the headset so you can plug in extra ones, so they have that so then your friend can listen to what you're listening to. And
okay.
What am I going to say? The Avermeter player, LGP, has audio in, audio out, so you can actually record with audio in. So you just plug that in there.
I think the way I just said.
Which headset does that?
That right now is a Turtle Beach.
Can't you just plug your mic into the PlayStation via USB and use your mic as your mic that you talk on?
No, because it resets. When you plug as a USB, it gives you the option. It's either chat audio, or like you only set it for chat where it only does chat, or it does all the audio goes through your headset. There's only 2 options.
Definitely a conversation we should be having after the show.
Yeah, I think I'll do that after. Actually, I have to look for the actual. I have like 3 headsets over there. 4 now. 4.
Okay, back to the
What
whole
question
like
do you got?
No, wait. Back to the whole
sorry.
fanboy thing.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily liking Sony isn't like based off of fanboyism. It's based off of like when I was a kid growing up, like playing games with my brothers and stuff. We played Sony console, so I just stuck with that the whole time. It wasn't like fanboy. Like I don't choose Sony. I did play like Super Nintendo and normal Nintendo growing up as a kid, but like when I started to get more in the mature scale of gaming, like when I played Metal Gear the first time and like Final Fantasy VII and Parasite Eve, that was all with my brothers. And I was like, man, this is like it was like from the heart, and that's why I stuck with Sony, because those games remind me of like growing up as a kid.
Yeah.
So nostalgic purpose.
In closing on that subject, I want to say this, okay? I know that out of everybody on this show, I'm considered the Sony fanboy, but I feel that it's.
You're even wearing a blue shirt.
Oh, damn it!
I feel your system should be on right next to you, like.
Me personally. Well, when I turn the system off, the shirt turns white. But honestly, I feel that the way I feel is justified. It would be like this, okay? I like a certain type of car. I like a certain type of clothing. I like a certain type of woman, and people like what they like. Now, if you had a certain type of car that you really enjoyed, a Cadillac or something really nice, and the competition released another car that was comparable to that, but they told you that you can only pick up who they tell you to pick up, or you can only put certain types of groceries in it, you would feel restricted. You'd be like, okay, if I'm making this purchase, you're trying to restrict me. That's just the feeling I got with Microsoft, and so I went right back to my Cadillac, which has continued to do the same thing it's always done, and I kind of rode that wave of, I haven't forgot what you've done, Microsoft. I didn't forget what you tried to do. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I feel the way I do. That's why I say the things I do. I love my 360. I'm pretty sure I'm going to love my Xbox One. When I do decide to go ahead, there is a game on that console that I really must play, and it's not anything else. There's no other option for it. Then that would be the day that I'll do my unboxing and say, hey, look, I got my Xbox One. But in the meantime, I feel like I am justified.
Barbie Dream World 2 is just right around the corner, so I'm sure.
I got it already. 3, baby.
Hey, can I please see an unboxing of that?
Yes.
So that's how I feel about it. That's what I got, guys.
All right. So my question. I forgot my question.
My question. I forgot it.
Oh, okay. All right. So this one isn't as good as normal, but it's pretty good. If you could only have one console for the rest of your life, like desert island scenario, right? It's like you're stuck on a desert island. Oh. You can choose one console and all of its games.
Wait, there's electricity on this desert island?
It's a magical. It's a long while.
Okay. Just making sure.
It is a long-style desert island. Starting with Codmade Player, because he is the best.
Oh, you asking for it, BriarRabbit.
What console is it, and why?
Wait, you'll give him options, or you're gonna give him things?
I'll give him options. You can have the Virtual Boy.
Oh, that's fucked up.
God, that's like the worst fucking option.
the Game Gear, the Dreamcast.
Any console, and all the games for that console. Which one would you pick and why?
What if it's a newer console?
How about the newer consoles but games that aren't out yet?
That's the question.
Nope, it has to be cut off of today.
That's fucked up.
With all the games, I'd probably go with the Xbox 360.
Do you have an internet connection on that island?
Why? No one said any boundaries, right?
No. I'm asking you.
Oh, with internet connection?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
What are you playing? Why are you picking the 360?
GTA 5.
Boo!
No, boo. With Google Fiber. You gotta have some Google Fiber with it. Yep. I'm gonna be on an island. I want the best internet and GTA.
And food.
You got a lifetime supply.
That's not even part of the conversation right now.
He got a lifetime supply of games he can eat.
If there's ramen noodles there, yeah, well, I'll be fine.
Yeah,
a long time off of ramen.
So Xbox 360 is gonna have a lot of like Doritos advertising.
Yeah, Mountain Dew and Doritos.
That's just gonna make me hungry.
Like, all the kind of double XP points I have.
You better wash it down the Mountain Dew.
All right, not too nerdy. What do you got for this?
You guys might not like this answer, or 9 to 5 gamers might not like this answer. I always go with the Wii U. The reason why the Wii U, it doesn't really need online support.
It's got 6 games that'll last you for the rest of your life.
But like all the Wii games.
Oh my god.
all the Wii games that I have there, and like
backward compatibility. I hadn't thought about that.
well,
Yeah.
exactly, and I stay in shape there with all the fit.
You're on an island anyway. How would you not be in shape?
So pretty much like, and like, I know people are like, oh, but like you won't be able to play with friends or anything like that. I'm like, there's no online support anyway, so it really doesn't make a difference. I'm
Who needs
already
friends when you got a Wii? You can make friends. Literally, you can. Those little Miis or whatever the fuck they're called.
That's right. You can create friends for yourself.
Yeah.
Have a little
You can have all of us, the Beastly Thoughts cast on there.
Oh, who's gonna do that?
I'll be the black guy.
I would see that video.
So I can pretend I'm talking to people and I'm actually
Unfortunately-
just talking to myself.
Unfortunately, I think Iwata might be stranded on the same island with me by then. So.
We might be bored, but I definitely would not go to Not Too Nerdy's little shack because they'll have a Wii U there.
Yeah. Come on, man. That's fun, though. Wii U is fun, though. I'm not going to take that away.
I'm pretty sure you'd be spending more time over at my shack with the Xbox 360.
All right, Beastly, what console would you have and why?
I have the PS3. The reason I have a PS3 is because, well, it's pretty simple.
That was a shock to me. I'm really surprised.
Well, the reason you gonna hear the reason? Damn it! This is the
Because you
reason.
could have the PS4 with all the games.
Yeah, that's a good reason. Well, the PS4, it wasn't in the equation because there's no games for it. We don't know what's coming for it. The Xbox 360 was heavily debated for that 45 seconds. But the reason I didn't pick the Xbox 360 is because there's a lot of PlayStation Classics, PS2, and PS1 games that are on the PS3 that I'll actually have access to, as well as online games. So I'll
You
take
gotta
that.
get one of those backward compatible PS2s, and you're all set, or PS3s.
60 gig, already got it. Ding ding.
Yeah, mine broke.
See, Beastly Gamer, see, look, The Last of Us will prepare you, show you how to survive in a world like that. See,
Minus all the bricks.
Listen, I'm black. I already know how to survive. All you do is run. That's it.
All you do is run.
You will never hear me say.
I'm gonna be playing Tropico. Get my
You will
shit
never
set up.
ever hear me say, "Who's there?" It'll never happen. If I hear,
I'll take the basement.
if I hear a mouse fart, I'm running. Okay. Period.
I don't know if I could hear a mouse fart too. That'd probably scare the shit out of me. That's a big ass mouse.
Who the
I
hell?
get into safe cracking, I think.
Who says that? Like, who says the mouse?
That's what I'm saying. If you could hear a mouse fart, it's a big ass mouse. I'd be running too.
One of those Elder Scrolls rats and shit.
One of those New York sewer rats, man. Those things are like the size of a freaking wiener dog.
Yeah, those are huge, man.
You got Splinter coming out dropping ass.
When a rat takes a bigger shit than you, you know there's something wrong.
9 to 5 gamers. What console would you bring and why?
Super Nintendo, because it has all the best games made. It has
And
everything.
Those, if you like RPGs, man, you spend a lot of time on those things.
Yeah, that's mainly why. Because I got real into like Chrono Trigger and Secret of Mana and all those games. So I'm a big RPG fan. Not to mention they have the best Mario game ever made.
Yeah, that's a good one. Which one is the best Mario game ever made?
Super Mario World.
Super Mario World.
I say Mario 3 still. I still prefer that over World. I don't know.
I like Mario 3 a lot too.
I just like Mario World because there's more hidden stuff. There's like way more hidden levels, and you get like to hit you get to hit those buttons, and they open up all the blocks to go to different areas. I like that.
Like, I could beat Super Mario Brothers 3 in 11 minutes. My speed run. I think it's like, no.
You need to upload that
Prove it!
video.
I want to see a video.
Yeah, that's it. It's not that hard. Because you just use the tunnels and stuff. You get the 2 flutes, and that's it. Like, you could warp. So the hardest part is the last part.
You get the
Mario
first
3 just got put on the Wii U too, so you better prove it now.
Dude, I'm gonna prove it on. No, I prove it on the Super Nintendo, and that's the challenge. Mark it down. Clock it. Figure that out.
All right.
The gauntlet has been thrown.
We
I was
need to have
actually
a
pissed
speed
off.
run challenge here, homie. I'll go against you.
Beastly, I was actually pissed off when you did your retro video and you only got to World 4 on Super Mario. I was like, is he gonna speedrun this game for this video?
I could have.
You should have.
It probably would have been a shorter video.
I I think I would go with Beastly on this one. I think the PS3 is a great choice because if you get the backward compatible PS3, you get all the PS3 library, you get all the PS2 library, and you get all the PS1 library. I think that's a good choice.
Of course it is. Welcome to the dark side, bro.
Yes,
Welcome to the PlayStation Nation.
I have all the Wii games, right? Not to mention, I could walk around.
NES?
I could walk around another screen. You know, I didn't even think about another screen right there. I have
changing my name on the island.
But if we're
playing
all
it.
straight on the same island, we all have these consoles because we could just go over each other's little shack and just
That's a
hang
good
out.
point. What we really got to do is spread it
So
out.
obviously,
We all
make
got
good
a
decisions
chance.
here because we basically have all the consoles. Are important.
The Wii U has all the Wii games, all the NES games.
I'm definitely not stopping at Not Too Nerdy's house, though.
Dude, don't forget all of the emulators and stuff that people already hacked into and got that too. Don't forget that, the mods.
Yeah, the eShop is huge.
So, I'm telling you, man.
Now,
That's-
I think I just changed my mind.
If you're counting mods, though, the PS3's modded too. I mean, the PS3 has Super Nintendo, Genesis, everything on that. Game Boys, all on the PS3. So if you're counting mods, damn sure the PS3.
yeah, but
Maybe I should
I'm
go
the
with
one-
PC.
Are you guys playing
Nah,
stick
come
one
on
spot?
now, brother.
I'm just playing RBI baseball over and over again.
I have a question. Out of the Beastly Thoughts show, if you had to live with one of them for a month, who would you pick?
BriarRabbit, because he has everything.
Alright,
And then I could try out all his stuff and figure out what I want to buy. Like, all right, I'll buy that. I'll buy that.
I'm going with Connie because she smells the best, I bet.
I think I go with COD Made Player, man, because I smile a lot and I leave his house pissed off.
He'd be trying to troll you in real life.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning trying to get to the
No, you guys forgot, didn't you? Like, I have parties and I end up naked, so I don't know if you'd want to see that.
Alright, I rescind
That's
that
a
vote.
YouTube video right there.
That's a banned YouTube video right there.
that
I
would
might
be the
change my
last
answer.
video.
I might change my answer to Not Too Nerdy just so I could get his internet.
Yeah, I want to live with the internet that too.
Like, now that I'm here, I'm uploading all my YouTube videos.
You walk in his house and you hear a voice, "Welcome to the internet." He'll pop up, just pop right in front of you and shit.
You have to use a fingerprint to get in the house, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like entering Tron.
Who's watching Game of Thrones tonight?
Not me.
Anybody a fan?
I'm gonna play some Mercenary Kings after this.
I've never seen one episode of that show.
What the fuck?
You're missing
Really?
out. It's really good.
Not one episode.
Oh, you know the new season's adding even more porn stars. They hired, they're hiring even more porn stars.
Best news ever.
Let's put it this way: you want to see some porn? Just go on PlayStation Live.
It's just funny though. Like almost every female character used to be a porn star, and now they just added three more.
You're being
Almost
serious?
every female on PlayStation Live wants to be a porn star.
You serious? Wow, I thought you were fucking around, not too nerdy.
Like, they are like, and I think who went over that? IGN went over that too. I think IGN's the one that also spotted that. And like
Probably 'cause they're not making enough money in porn anymore.
It's a good time to be a porn star. All porn stars who watch the Beastly Thought show, go on over and get your dragon on.
No, I mean like if you ever watch Game of Thrones, anyway, it's pretty much like a porn anyway. Like there's a lot of scenes like that. So
Oh, that'll
I
piss
watch,
Kate off. Kate doesn't
I
like
watch,
to see titties that aren't hers.
I watched like the first 2 episodes, and then I didn't watch past that.
it's pretty good. I mean, it's not as good as the books, but it's still good.
It's that TV show, The Real World, right? I think the
Never heard.
best. Well, it's kind of stupid. It's almost like PlayStation Live.
Wait,
They could just take everybody's live stream from PlayStation Live and just make a complete TV show off of it.
All right, I think we should wrap it up. What do you guys think?
on that note,
All right, who wants to go first? What are you guys doing next week? I'll go first.
Yeah, you go first. You never go first.
Who wants to go first? Silence.
Next week, I actually have a product review. I'm not going to reveal it now, but I got a product review that I'm pretty excited about. It's not too expensive, but it's pretty cool. And I'll be unboxing and reviewing that. I actually unboxed it last Thursday, but I'll be doing the review and putting both of those videos together. We're going to play a little Call of Duty. Going to play a little Titanfall. I'm really excited about Titanfall. And I think that's about it. I actually missed my weekend update this week, and I missed the other video that I do with Jan.
Oh yeah, because
Rom-com, thank you.
Rom-com, and I was watching your weekend update on my way back from the wedding today, and I said, "This is the same shit from last week."
That's good. I'm still doing the same shit I was doing last week. All right,
yeah, my dog is
Nerdy, what are you up to this week? You got a big video coming out tonight, I know.
Yes, I have a. Wait, you said not to nerdy, right?
I believe that's your name, sir.
Oh, yeah, I have a video coming out soon. Like we said, what's your favorite arcade game? So
Yeah.
definitely care anyone's watching this or anything. I'm curious what you guys think is your favorite arcade game. And but next week, like I said, Amazon Fire TV I'll be getting, so I'll be unboxing that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna see how many Bluetooth controllers it'll actually work for to see if they're lying or not.
It works with the PlayStation 4 controller. That's enough, I think.
I think that would be pretty cool. If it works with DualShock 4, then that'll make me happy. I'll probably use that. You know, I probably won't even get the real one. No, I'll still get the real one. Just to,
Was the DualShock 3 Bluetooth?
It
Yeah,
is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I don't know. I know the frequency is higher on the DualShock 4, so if anything, it'll probably work better with the DualShock 4. But you know, I'm doing that. I'm gonna do Warframe Wednesday like always, and that's pretty much it. I really don't have anything new because there's not too many new games. Oh, Infamous Paper Trail. That's it. There's part 3 that came up on Friday. I have to upload that for next week.
What about your show that you were talking to me about?
Yeah, I'll show you guys how to beat that part because you have to go back on the internet and figure out all the clues and then go back to the game. So
I didn't appreciate Warframe Wednesday when I first started watching your channel. It wasn't until I had watched a couple of episodes and I realized you don't actually talk about Warframe.
Yeah.
It's kind of something where you talk about whatever's on your mind.
Yeah, I talk about any news thing, like different news that's happened on, but like while I'm playing Warframe, I enjoy playing Warframe, like people online. I play different people and stuff like that, but like it's more about like what happens. That's my opportunity because usually there's big news around that day, or news that happened Monday or Tuesday, so I get to talk about it on that show. So that's what it's all about. And, that's pretty much it. It gives me opportunity to share my thoughts on news that occurred. I'm not really a big person that just, news comes out and I always have to announce. Cause I feel like, for me, sometimes it gets too repetitive when I do it because I'm not that good. I'm not that entertaining when it happens. But, like, I see other people do better. Like, for example, Beastly Gamer, anytime there's a news and, like, he announces, I like watching when he talks. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like that. I'm more a different style, so that's why I don't do that. I just have one day of the week and I announce whatever's happened. So.
Yeah, I like it, though.
And
you do it live while you're playing, right?
No problem, no problem.
Beastly, what are you up to this week?
This week I want to play some Mercenary Kings. I want to get into my Vita and waste about an hour playing Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified. I took my son to GameStop, and he wanted that game, so I'm going to give that a shot. And I'm going to continue to play some retro games. I'm thinking of breaking it into my Dreamcast, but one thing I want to do is get together with you guys either tonight, this week, next Saturday, and play some of the games we talked about today, guys. I think that'd be great. You all know how to contact me. My PSN is the Real Beastly Gamer Dash. It's all on my any of my videos. It's in the description, ways to reach me. And after we complete the show, then we can exchange information, and that way we can do something this week. But yeah, I haven't figured out exactly what I want to play. I know I want to play Mercenary Kings, but other than that, I really don't know. So I guess we'll just see. We'll find out next Sunday.
9 to 5 Gamers, what are you up to this week?
I think I'm gonna finish Fez this week actually because I actually have three videos already done that I haven't uploaded yet, and I'm really close to the end of that game. So I'll be doing that, and I'm also gonna start my Resident Evil probably this week too, because I feel I have enough time from now into like Watch Dogs and Mario Kart to also do my Resident Evil playthrough.
Which Resident Evil?
4. I've never played 4, and my buddy, I got 4, and I got this game. I was letting my niece play this, and I shouldn't have, but I got it's a shooter. It's like a stationary shooter. Yeah, like a rail shooter. Yeah, but I'm gonna be playing Resident Evil 4. I've never played it, so this will be my first time playing it.
That is a really good version of it too, with the Wii controls.
Yeah, that's what everyone said. They said that that's the best version of Resident Evil 4 made. So.
Yeah.
And don't sleep on Umbrella Chronicles. That's very, very fun. Beat that whole. We beat both of those on rail shooters. And to me, Resident Evil 4 is the best Resident Evil.
Yeah, that's what everyone's, because I'm a big Resident Evil fan, but I like 2 more than any. And my boss was like, "You haven't played 4, have you?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Play 4." He's like, "You'll love it."
Well, yeah, 2 is the best with the tank controls.
I liked it more for the aspect of that you could put one disc in, you're playing as one character, the other disc you're playing as the other character, and then they like mesh together. That was cool.
I still like the original. The original director's cut.
They're
Resident
like
Evil director's cut is my favorite.
I liked it too. I like Code Veronica a lot too.
Oh yeah, I like the actors in part 1. Barry.
Yeah.
Jill, what is this?
Jill is the master of unlocking.
Hope it's not Chris's blood. They were those guys had to be high on LSD when they were doing that voiceover.
COD Made Player, what are you up to next week? Are you going to be allowed to go back on YouTube?
I don't know. I think I might do like a walkthrough of Mercenary Kings. Maybe start recording it a little bit with 9 to 5 Gamers and anybody else that wants to hop on it with me, and trying to get my trolling career together. And since I got a camera now, I'll probably start a lot of live streaming on Twitch if anybody wants to check that out. And just waiting for Watch Dogs to come out, man.
Twitch it's fun to go on Twitch. Like I meant to go and play a little Infamous on Twitch. It's fun being able to like interact with the people who are watching while you're playing the game. I don't know, it just adds something to it for me.
Oh yeah.
It's
and then you get those little trolls in there that want to talk shit.
Aren't you one of those trolls, sir?
No, I don't go on people's streams and talk. I just like doing it to their face.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for the week. We'll be back next week at 6 p.m. Eastern. If you're watching this during the week, I want to let you know that we do broadcast the show live at 6 p.m. on Sunday evenings, Eastern Time. That's Eastern Time. You can do the math for yourself depending on where you live. And we'll see you next week.
See you guys.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.
The fuck?